starting? Okay. Mr. Bruce, the camera is rolling.
Holly, do you want to start with the 4th of July, kind of go over what?
We need to do the minutes first, though.
Oh.
So we didn't get the minutes of the
Okay.
last time.
But she keeps us straight.
She has to.
She has to, you're right, Tony. She does. Oh, you want me to pass these around?
Well, that's just some stuff that I brought.
Oh, did you send us you did send us
That's just the previous agendas, but I just.
and you sent us minutes from the last meeting,
Yes.
which was what day?
There's two of them, May 13th of 2020 and February the 4th of 22.
All right, so May the 13th, and what did you just say?
February the 4th.
February the 4th. I hope everybody got a chance to review the minutes. Do I hear a motion to accept the minutes as written?
So moved?
Thank you, Bruce. Second?
Second.
Thank you, Tony. Any discussion? All right, so we will vote to approve the minutes from February the 4th to May 13th. Signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So done. Now let us move to the agenda, and I'm going to let Mr. Turner, the head of the Special Projects Committee, start off. And I think you wanted to talk about
4th of July, if you could expand on what transpired last year. Obviously, it was probably the most successful one we've had. And what we need to do here in the next couple months to duplicate that.
In your email last night, and I'm sorry that it was so late when you got it, I hope you had a chance to look over it. I just sent you all some of the documents that I created last year to get our grand Sky Valley July events going. We had several meetings, and I sent you all the emails about the meetings, meeting with the club, with the Sid Weber people, and with the fire department, and with timeshares, so that they all had a voice into how we were going to do this, and we discussed where we were going to do it, and who was going to do what, and who was going to donate what. So, Bruce, I will let you talk about that later as to if we want to continue to do the same thing. Also, you saw the schedule of events for this year. It's going to be July the 2nd, that Saturday. And then last year was the 3rd. And we are so happy that one of the gentlemen that works for the Public Works Department in Sky Valley is going to be trained to do the fireworks for us, because the company that was doing it was having a difficult time finding somebody on that date to do it. So he is going to be trained by the company to shoot off the fireworks, and I think he's going to have a helper. Is that correct?
I understand it's actually, it should be Dustin Hensley.
Yes.
Dustin is actually our safety coordinator.
Yeah.
So he's the one that has our CDL. So.
Right. Right. So yes, sir.
Can we start 15 minutes later than we did last year? It was still, the sky was still light when we started.
What time did we start? Did you know?
It was
around
it was around 9:20.
You think you want to have it later? Was it later than you want to have it later than
The
this?
sky was still light when we
Okay.
started going
All
on.
right. We will bring that up with our shooters. Is that what we call them?
Well, yeah, no, interesting enough, like last year, I was up at the croquet courts. And you had two factions of people. And one side was, let's wait till it's darker, so it's good and dark, and the other half, I'm ready to get this over with, I'm ready to get home.
Cats are getting ready to go off.
That was the nicest way I could say it.
Yeah.
And
The
so,
ones that had to be in bed by 8:30?
I had, it was tough sitting there making, and then I had one lady who was very nice. She was the gatekeeper there, and I was in one of the golf carts, and she wouldn't let me come by. And she goes, "Are you here?" I said, "Well, I'm here with the city." And I don't remember her name. She was very nice. And she said, "Well, are you authorized to be here?" And I said, "Well, I'm the guy who's got the phone that calls the shooter to tell him when it's time to shoot, so I probably need to get up there, if you don't mind." don't mind, please, but anyway, I appreciated that, but, yeah, that is a thought we had, is that it probably, so we'll probably wait till good and dark, and if the folks that wanna get home to bed, they can just complain after the fact, as well nicely.
Well, you're gonna get complainers, but the whole thing is darkness. That's
Yeah,
what makes
yeah.
it.
And it was a fabulous show. I thought.
It really was,
It
great.
was.
I agree, I kind of, when I thought about it, I thought, you know, probably another 10 minutes would
Yeah.
have made the difference.
Okay,
Because it's a 15-minute shoot, but it was dark when it ended, yeah.
Right,
We'll
it was
definitely-
dark when it ended, but when it
Yeah.
started, it was
Yeah,
still.
we'll definitely, make a note of that.
all right, so noted, thank you, Ms. Walton. All right, so we need to look at the day's schedule, and you all need to see if we want to do the same thing. And I just got a phone call from the Rubber Duck Queen, and she's gonna be out of town, so we need somebody else who would run the Rubber Duck Race, and that is extremely popular,
Extremely.
extremely popular, so.
And if I could just make a note of that, whoever we pick, they kept moving the finish line while the race was happening. So-
Oh, wow, well,
Looks like the fix is in.
The right duck wasn't in there yet.
So that's what I kept hearing, because, you know, the original plan was to take it all the way to the culvert. And now that we have this, our beautiful new culvert, that may be the good finish line, but it got.
you mean before or after the culvert?
Well, the original plan was for the race, basically the first duck that entered the pipe won.
Yeah,
But they actually, I guess that was taking too long, so they moved it up. But now that
They weren't sure.
now that we have our beautiful new culverts, that might be.
Morning, Elizabeth.
well, I knew.
Sorry, I'm running.
Morning, you okay?
Oh, that was the doorbell that I heard?
Yeah.
I didn't know y'all had a door, excuse me, Jason.
That's what I was-
I thought it was your phone going off.
I was just saying that it may be best if we have a better defined finish line.
Okay, do you think it should be before or after?
Well, probably down near the culvert, I mean, 'cause
I mean, after, before the culvert,
no, well, I
or
mean,
through the
pretty
culvert?
much is probably the first duck that hits the pipe, I'm thinking, because that was some critique that I heard afterwards, is that, well, no, how do we pick the winner, because the finish line got moved like 3 times while the race was happening.
Right, and we have the net, we have a net that they put at the start line, so it holds all the
Well, we
participants.
need to create something better,
We do.
because I think one of the volunteers cut their hand. It was basically like chicken wire, so we probably need to create something.
All right, so we need a beginning, better net to start the race.
Most of these duck races, they dump the ducks in the creek from a dump truck or a bucket or something, so that they're all mixed up and just dump them in.
Yeah, that's how they did it, but then they wanted them all to start at the same time.
Well, what they did last year was they basically took a piece of chicken, about,
I was
Hey,
there, I
yeah,
remember it.
they just threw them off, they threw them off the bridge,
Yeah.
but, I don't know, I mean, it's, we probably just need better to find.
All right, so you'll take care of getting this better
We'll
net.
better define the parameters.
And we've got the signs and everything,
Yeah, they're stored.
and you'll order the ducks.
Last year, we ordered 300 ducks, I don't know, I think we barely had enough.
Yeah, I think it was close,
We
yeah.
may order about, but I will say this, just for curiosity's sake, I pulled the history of some of the purchases, and those ducks have increased exponentially in price.
Well, like I said, like I
So-
said-
We'll probably order 500, but there will be some sticker shock, and we order that, we'll get them.
Yeah,
You better get them ordered.
That's very early, yeah.
You're only, what, 6 weeks away?
yeah, yeah.
Our starting gate, what we use sometimes if we get a flammable liquid in the water, something like that, we'll actually put air in one of our fire hoses and it'll float right across the water. Well, we can give that a try, make it into like almost like a horseshoe.
And the air keeps the ducks from going down the.
The fire hose will actually.
Oh, I got it.
And if you attach a rope on one side of it,
Then nobody will
starting
have,
gun shot or whatever, you know, you can pull the thing right out.
all right, all in favor?
Oh, my God.
We need to do that,
That
yes.
sounds great, yeah.
All right, fire it up.
Okay, all
So
right.
we'll say 500,
500 ducks. So we have to find somebody, a couple of people that are willing to be the duck king and queen. Anybody have an idea?
Volunteers, who's done it in the past?
Caroline Warren has done it about the last 4 or 5 years.
Is she still available?
No, she's gonna be out of town. She just called, she texted me the other day saying she was really disappointed because she loved doing it. She said she'd be glad to talk to whoever does it, to tell them how she did it and
That'd be great if she has anybody that she knows that she could recommend and say, here's how it's done.
well, she said she would train whoever it is we found.
Okay.
That's what she said.
Right.
Train, there's training in this. Hey, kid.
That looked good. Ken, that'd look good on your resume.
Yeah, right, but I'll be getting ready for the parade, I'm all right.
What happens is you get a federal discount once you train.
All right, so we need to find somebody.
they're in stock on Amazon, they're,
Oh, he's ordering them
well, they're
as
$40 per 100, and I'm gonna order
500.
So I'm gonna add them to the cart, that way when I get back to the office, I'll order.
Okay, good. All right, ducks take, and then, you know, we had some magic markers and they put numbers on them. And then, you know, number 1 was Josie Wells and number 2 was Susan Smith, and yeah. Then what did we do for prizes?
Seems like somebody went to the Dollar Tree and just got 3 cheap prizes, I mean, we probably could find something.
Okay, will you take care of that, Jason?
Yeah.
See what you get for saying that?
I mean, when we want something nicer than $1.25 prize for the Dollar Tree, I wouldn't say get $20, but we maybe general $3 prize.
I think we'd go up to $3. Let's go up to $3. You know,
First prize
the
is
kids-
dinner at Pale Eddie's.
I'm entering.
Yeah,
You know, we had
you'll never get by my motorized duck.
we had some little plaques, we had some little certificates made
Yeah,
for the floats,
yeah.
and we just put the little city seal, we could probably do a first, second, third for the duck race.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
a prize, yeah.
prize and
You'll just have to sign, you know.
certificate.
Yeah, you'll just have to sign.
Oh, I'm telling you, this is uptown.
Up in the Hamptons.
Yeah.
Jason, those little tiny etch sketches would be nice for like a first prize or something, kids will
Or
like
those
that.
little things that have little.
Well, it's got the little knobs on them.
Yeah, yeah.
The
Are they
Dollar,
less than $3?
the Dollar
I
Tree,
don't know.
the Dollar Tree had laser pointers.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Get them darts.
Okay, so then the duck race is, who's gonna find the people? The victims? Anybody have a, I think Lou and her honey could do it. Lou, would you want to?
Let me ask you, this is a dumb question, it seems. When is the actual, on the second? I can do it on the second, not on the, okay.
All right, put her name down, Lou.
Oh, Duck Queen.
Woo, Duck Queen, all right.
John, I'm volunteering John.
And John, I knew you would.
Last year, the duck race,
Excuse me, yes.
well, you got it in front of you.
Yeah.
But I guess are we still wanting to kind of follow the hourly itinerary?
Y'all sent you the itinerary, y'all want to still stick with it?
Well, I think, let's see, the parade started late last year because the duck race wasn't over, right? I mean, seems like there was a delay.
Yeah, and they had like over 500 at the breakfast too.
Oh, yeah.
It was huge. So,
I gotta tell you the funniest story about that.
okay, tell me.
They're cooking sausage and they're running out of sausage. So one of them suggested, well, I'm gonna cut them in half to get everybody half a piece. But don't do that, then they'll figure out they're not done yet.
That's on record.
But I don't know who it was, whether it's true or not.
I'm sure it wasn't. Okay. Okay, so we have from 8 to 10 is the pancake breakfast. Do we want to keep the same time? I mean,
Yes.
that's the time they do it. Okay. So then we have the duck race from 10 to 10:45. Do we need to do it from 10:15 to 11? Or is that too much time?
I'll tell you what, I think we need to, push that a little bit.
Okay, where do you wanna push it to?
10:30 at the earliest, I would think, because people are gonna be coming out of the pancake breakfast,
All right,
with
so
the kids.
All right, so we'll start it at 10:30
Mhm.
and go till 10:45? That's not enough time.
Well, I mean, it's gonna take time to divvy it and hand out. I mean, whoever, I guess who's ever volunteering, they will need to get the ducks and take a Sharpie and basically write.
Yeah, we'll get those to you.
On the bottom, write 1 through 500, we're gonna order 500.
Yeah,
Then you're gonna have to write somebody's name down.
then we have like a chart with all the numbers and then
Yeah, so
Susie gets her duck and she's.
Yeah, so
number one.
basically whoever gets number one, one is,
Susie Q,
yeah,
Yeah.
number two is.
and we'll give you that chart.
You're looking at me, so I'm assuming this is the king and queen's job.
So, I mean, you may wanna have another,
And write down all their names. God, you're gonna need some.
so, I mean, that's gonna take some time to sit there and give out, write down, I mean, that.
It's
Seems like
good.
that's what took the longest time last year.
Can I do that in advance, number all the ducks and just hand them?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
but you're gonna need to write a name down with each number.
We had a card table and chairs across the
Well, or have
creek.
them write, they can write their name down.
And there's 500 ducks.
We're gonna order 5, we ordered 300 last year, and we ran out, or about ran out, so.
So
I
can
want the ducks in advance.
Yeah.
You got it.
Number them down and have a blank beside each one, and I'll write it.
Yeah, they came in, well, I can't, who did it last year?
Caroline Warren.
Yeah, she came about a week before. In fact, I mean, on Amazon Prime, I could, if I ordered that, I could have it by Friday.
Yeah, you can have the ducks whenever you want to, Miss Queen.
Okay.
All right.
So is 10:30, early enough, or are we gonna stay with 10:30?
I think the kids are lined up quick.
Maybe the registration started at 10?
10:30, at 10?
I mean, well, that.
Okay,
I started
Registration.
earlier because that's what took so long.
yeah,
There was a lot of people out there
so,
after the time the duck race was going to start.
Yeah.
So you need to
Well,
open it early.
the race,
Well, you could open it at 9 o'clock. I mean, just a table to sell the ducks or whatever.
Is
Registration?
that?
Yeah,
no,
Well,
well,
they give them away.
Yeah.
somebody's there.
yeah, you can charge if you want to.
Yeah, so-
$1 a duck, we'd be,
Yeah.
we'd go to dinner.
LA.
I'd help for that.
You heard it, it's on tape. Okay, so how
I'm
about,
thinking, I mean, I was.
how about 9:30 we start the registration? Registration?
Because the race itself, it didn't take that long.
Oh,
That's
10
right.
10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not very long.
So if the race started at 10:30, probably done by 10:45.
All right, so race is at 10:30. All right, and then we will have, then you gotta wade into the water and find out.
No, we got some, no, we had a couple of minutes.
Well,
We'll just have to have a
Wear
photo
boots.
finish.
oh,
I mean, we'll just,
but the kids want their ducks back, don't they?
well, I mean, they could, if they wanna climb down in the creek, I guess they could go.
Don't we send the parents?
We might not want to.
I mean,
I thought you fished them out.
we have a couple, we'll probably need a couple more volunteers with the nets. We bought two big nets.
All right, so who are you gonna get to do the nets? Is that up to the duck queen
Well,
to find out?
I don't know, we might.
All right, oh, well.
All right, we'll
Or
talk
earlier.
about, or earlier than that, we'll talk
We'll
about
just
nets.
need,
All right, so
need scoopers.
scoopers, net scoopers.
The queen needs her scooper.
I need the minions.
I was, you know,
I'm still looking for mine, you know?
I mean, if they get through, they'll eventually, I guess, go down the falls, or go in the lake at the,
They go to, they'll
No, no,
they'll
no.
all be at the country club.
yeah, they'll be in the lake, yeah.
Well, who was it, Jim, that, Chris found a golf ball?
Yeah, it was probably 300 yards below the waterfall when we passed.
Boy, somebody
Going down
hit
the
it
trail?
good.
Yeah, somebody, I mean,
Somebody hit it good then. huh?
or got in the water really bad.
Oh, there you go. All right, so 9:30 is starts registration, 10:30 is the race, then we will give, you all will give the prizes. Okay, now, we got that done. Tony, we talked about moving, the city brings in their big trailer. Can we move that trailer so that people can actually hear us. It was too far away. We need to move it more in front of the church so we can announce the parade participants as they go by.
Yeah, I mean, we just.
Can we-
Needs to be right up next to the road.
Yes, and closer to where all the people were. Yeah, it was too far away. So we gotta do the trailer and.
Yeah, I mean, that's just as simple as when the guys bring it over, just picking the preferred spot where it goes, because they'll put the
Okay,
flare and the trim around it, and they had some stairs built and stuff.
yeah. Okay, what about the church's audio equipment? Can we use it again? Okay. Will you be here to?
I started to.
Tony, you gonna be part of the announcing crew? Uh-huh.
I started to invite Jerry to this meeting, because I know Public Works plays a big part in this, but anyway,
All right.
I'll make it.
Okay, so Tony is gonna be one of our announcers. Okay. We got that done. All right.
Master of
So
Ceremony.
then Master of Ceremonies, that's a better way to put it.
So when we bring whoever wins the race, just bring you the results and you give out the prizes.
Announce them, yeah, somebody.
Yeah, announce them, yeah.
So that'd probably be 10:50, somewhere around there by the time the race is over.
Probably closer to 11.
Yeah.
All right, meanwhile, are we gonna have
I did last year.
golf carts to be able to zip
Well,
around?
somebody was saying with the numbers, I.
We could probably, we've got the two Kubotas we could use, they're essentially golf carts if we need to. So,
Rather than golf carts, you'll take the club
I
eleven?
mean, we can ask, but I'm just saying, we could probably put the two Kubotas, like, last year you had a cart, I had a cart, we probably just, it's a diesel, you know how to crank a diesel?
Honey, I can learn.
Okay, we'll take it.
You got a Class C license?
Uh-huh.
You want the camouflage or the orange? I had
I'll
somebody,
get you one from,
Same,
I had somebody complain about using the camouflage, they said I was a hunter.
yeah.
So we got more decals, it's gonna make NASCAR jealous, we want that thing Sky Valley decked out.
All right, so 11 o'clock, we need somebody with a golf cart over where all the people are gonna be lining up for parade brings, so to lead them out, to get it all. And then what we do is you will have to have a radio or cell phone, Tony, to give him the lineup of who's in the parade, so that as they come by, he says, and the next parade entry is Habitat for America.
So at 11 o'clock, I'm gonna be in a car,
Yeah,
correct, at the beginning of the parade?
up there.
up at Tahoe and Sky Valley.
Right.
Okay.
Making sure everybody's in line, and you've got a list. Probably just do a list of how they are in line and zoom it down here to Tony.
Okay, so once they line up, I'm gonna, send it to Tony,
And
say,
then you'll go back and lead them off.
okay.
Does that make sense?
What time would you want them, they'll probably be setting up during the duck race, because that'll take a little time.
Yes, it does.
They'll be pretty much all the way back to the falls.
What did I say last year? Did I say when they should show up? I don't remember. That was last year.
I thought you said be there by 11 last year.
We'll organize entries, okay, start at 10:15 is what I said on Tahoe Lane. To show,
45 minutes?
people show up late and then they all. go
I know,
around and
I know.
talk.
I'm gonna be doing the pancake breakfast with sausage.
Sausage.
Or sauce, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
Make sure
A
it's
lot of
good.
W's in that word.
Okay,
maybe let the parade start.
so do we need somebody else at the parade?
Possibly so, because
Are you
I'm gonna
gonna
be
be
helping
doing
clean up
the-
too.
Well, they might let you off of cleanup duty.
Okay, well, 10:15. I can do it.
Jason, you can be up there too, maybe?
I was up there last year.
Yeah, I was too.
I really wasn't. I made the loop back and forth just to make sure everybody was kind of pointing in the right direction.
Yeah, that was, and then they would park and then go running down the road and talk to everybody. And
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, it was a little hectic there, because once it was time to start, because in the past, David Edwards has kind of been the lead police.
Yeah, so we'll have
We
somebody else.
we had to go back a couple times, okay, get in your car, because they were.
So we'll need a police escort amount. Yeah, they started late last year. Okay,
Well, because the duck race wasn't over.
that's true.
Well, as we're,
Damn ducks.
The duck queen's gonna take care of that.
That's it.
You just wait.
Is the parade gonna be going on while the duck races is going on?
No.
but there would need to be some overlap and coordination. You know, there'll be, the parade participants will need to be getting set up while the duck race is going on.
Correct, so do I have them show up at 10?
No.
10:15 is enough? No, but,
Well, I just think 45 minutes is too long to be standing around.
true, but it's just they come in spurts. They didn't all get there
I
at the
mean, we
same
can, we
time.
can get the word out, be there by 10:30 at the latest.
At the latest.
Okay, all right.
We didn't get all the parade people on the sheet last year.
We did not, because they were late. Yeah.
So,
Well,
How many people, I wasn't there last year, so.
It was
I know
a
it's little bit
big
different.
parade.
Yeah, it's
about
about
30,
30.
maybe close to 30.
30?
And some, like Chip Oliver, they really went all out. They were-
You gonna allow floats again?
Our first float.
Yeah, yeah. He says he's got an even better one this year. I said,
No,
okay.
but we did a first, second, third place, and we did a most, we did most creative, and we did most patriotic. There was 5 certificates that were given out.
Boy, I tell you, if the Macy's are in there, they'll do the most patriotic.
Oh, that croquet one was a hoot.
So,
What is it?
Oh, sorry, that was, that was a hoot. I like that one. Okay, so Bruce, what did we decide with you?
I'll be at Tahoe and Sky Valley Way at 10:15, and I'm gonna start, saying, okay, it's the XYZ cart, it's A cart, B cart, C cart.
Number 1 is the croquet group, number 2 from the club, number
Right.
2, and then,
And then, once I got that, I'll get that information down to Tony. Okay.
imagine Bill will hang in there too with us, okay. Meanwhile, Jason, if you're hanging around up there and getting everybody in line and telling them that we're gonna be taking off.
seems like just as soon as the duck race was over last year, I went straight up to Tahoe.
Okay,
I kinda hung around to make sure,
in your camouflage Kubota.
I mean, he's on.
Okay, is that enough people to get it going good, you think? Jim, thoughts, anybody?
do you give any instructions to the people who are in the parade?
Like what, don't go fast?
Well,
Keep up.
well, I did play the parade for a long time, and we organized it and, developed over the years. And one of the things that they always do is they always crowd the people in front. You want to leave a little space, so you need to tell them to leave a little space.
Okay,
Also, some of them were throwing candy out.
yeah,
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Kids run out to get it, and the liability is huge for that. So they need not to throw candy. They can have we had walkers who would give candy out on the sidewalk.
walkers to give, okay,
Yeah, but not to throw, because kids will, you can't control them when they start throwing candy.
okay,
We did last year.
we did a bunch. Every bloke is about threw stuff out.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know, I was
so to give those to the one, because you were what?
mortified,
He was mortified.
yeah.
Get points for, hit one kid, you get 2 points, hit 2 kids, and
On headshot.
Well,
a headshot, that's 10 points.
No, I think he's talking about hitting them with the car or.
Yeah.
We had big trailers and big floats, and have open wheels on a lot of those trailers.
I understand what you're saying.
It's scary.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there was a child killed down in Florida, at a parade, fire truck. I don't wanna be the one
So we'll just need to get the word out.
we'll get the word
Yeah.
out.
If they wanna give out candy, they need to have,
Give it to the
it'll
walkers.
be on them to have volunteers to give out.
And who was it had the really cute dog that everybody loved and had to stop and pet and it stopped the parade? Who was that? Somebody. Was it Bruce Gaines?
Was it Gordon?
Gordon, it was Gordon, that's right.
100 years ago.
No cute dogs.
No cute dogs. And we're gonna try to get a CD, patriotic CD this time, right? I'll see if we can
Make
get
sure he
that.
knows that.
Put that on the list, CD, patriotic.
Kid Rock's got some good patriotic songs.
Who does?
Kid Rock,
I
You know what I'm talking about, Ken?
Get
I
the
like Kid Rock.
Ed's version.
Okay, but maybe not the songs you're talking about.
No,
Okay, okay.
And we want music or like Lee Greenwood, God Bless the USA?
Well, I think Lee,
That's gotta be-
yeah, that's gotta be in it.
We had some of that last year. We had, Bill had an iPhone. He just hooked it up to one of the channels, you know?
Yeah,
They were doing a lot of that patriotic.
It was, yeah.
So,
but if we had a CD, that probably play better. I think that they have a CD player.
Were you at the hot dog last year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Did y'all get a bunch of people?
Enough to get rid of 400 hot dogs in about an hour and a half.
I was there early on and there wasn't very many people.
No, they were all
They
gone.
came, okay.
Okay,
Next quick question, will the
Certainly.
announcer be able to stop the music in order to make it?
oh, sure, yeah.
Okay, good.
I want to ask that. I found the patriotic CD,
Okay, get on it. Jason, get on.
Yeah, they put us in the red area.
$8.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah. Okay, I was gonna make a remark, but we're on tape, so I better not. Okay, I guess we got that. We got the parade done, right?
No, what about the bounce, children's bounce?
Okay, we're still talking parade. Don't get ahead
All
of
right,
us.
so
You're one of those kids I had in class, I could tell.
they'll need to be setting up at 10:30 at the latest. And then they'll do it once a list, and that's still planning to start by 11, the parade.
And well, and then,
11-ish.
what, 11-ish, as soon as the duck race is done, and then, do we have walkie-talkies? We don't, do we?
I mean, we got the push to talk city, but, I mean,
We don't have any.
we could get some walkie-talkies if we need to.
That would probably be nice, have 3, 4 walkie-talkies so we could all be on the same plane. What do y'all think? Oh God, the bill's going up, and, whew.
I'll pay for them. Far down.
You got walkie-talkies?
We've got the small personal ones we use when we do our search and rescues and walkouts.
Oh,
So,
cool. So could we borrow
We've
4
got
of
4 of
them?
them.
Walkie-talkies, Ken, okay.
That would probably help.
Thank you, Ken, you have saved the city again.
Well, oh, we haven't used them in about 10 years, so.
I need to charge.
Yeah, change the
Yeah.
batteries for that.
Okay. Are we
Okay,
moving on
wait,
to
I
the
want-
hot dog cafe?
We're moving to the fire department hot dog cafe, and someone will need to call Shelley at Timeshares and see if they will donate again. How many did they donate last year?
400.
400, and, who did the buns? Did they do the
I
buns
believe
too?
they did the ones also.
Okay,
I'm
and
not
then how about the ketchup, mustard, and,
We purchased we purchased the napkins and the little boats that, the little.
Oh, the plate. okay,
plates.
paper boats, okay,
And
that's
we-
city,
Mustard, ketchup,
okay.
I mean, I think, I don't know,
Did we do chips?
I want to say they provided all the food.
Yeah,
So
Timeshares did the chips too. We
Okay.
did, fire department did the water.
Okay, fire department did the
The
water.
city did the condiments and the plates. and-
Okay, and then you all brought a grill too, didn't you?
No, we used the city.
We just
We
used
brought
the-
our own propane.
Oh, propane, that's what you brought, okay.
And I think we brought an extra tank just.
Okay.
ran out.
All right.
But,
And I assume our wonderful fire department will do that again, Ken?
Well, we had a hoot going.
It was
You
fun.
know, just a suggestion too, the bank has those big grills, and since we are with United, they do that for free. You can get them for free if you want one of the huge, where you can cook them all at one time.
Well,
It's a charcoal,
their charcoal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want that. Sorry.
But
It's
good,
just-
good suggestion,
Yeah,
thank you, Karen.
sorry, yeah.
Too high maintenance for a short window.
Is
Exactly.
400 gonna be enough?
They weren't, it wasn't last year, but I can't.
And we
ask
didn't
more
charge
on
for
it.
the hot dogs, you could just come up and get a hot dog
Yeah.
for free, right?
Yeah.
I like that. You wanna see if they'll do 500?
Yeah, they can do 500, that'd be great.
Who would like to contact Timeshares for that?
Yeah, my wife and I and my son actually did all the cooking last
You
year.
did a good job.
We had a blast.
Yeah, great.
Well overseen.
Yeah, a lot of people complimented us, and I said,
And it makes us look good, it's good.
yeah, you gotta look good.
You still have to sign them, right? I think you got that signed last year.
I'll look for it, we should, I don't know why, we wouldn't. But,
Okay.
If we don't, I'll let you know.
Bruce, would you call Shelley and ask her if Timeshare will participate in, with the 500 hot dogs, 500 buns, and chips? And that to do the same deal that they did with the fire department, where did they store them? Do you remember?
That was all started at the fire station.
At the fire station, okay.
Yeah, we got plenty of freezer.
Now-
Okay.
You wanna see if Timeshare will put the bill for $500
They went out and bought them all, yeah.
last year?
Yeah, they went through the,
How about condiments?
The city takes care of like
We
everything else.
we
Okay.
bought the napkins, the little.
And the boats and
Yeah,
whatever.
and we bought probably.
And then the fire
6 of
department does the water for us, Tony.
water.
Okay. Any more on the hot dog thing? All right, now we're talking, hit it, Ken.
Say, where were we?
Bouncy.
Bouncy, are we gonna do that?
We had,
Where did you show
Well,
up?
of course, we were still in the throes of COVID last year. We had the hardest time just getting people, well, they didn't call us back, I'm not gonna say they had a hard time getting called back, we never just got a call back. But,
I left a message with them.
we
They,
reached out to 2 or 3 different vendors.
and the one that said they could do it, and it was a big blow-up obstacle course, which we thought was cool. Yeah, we could have it July 3rd, and then I sent them a message on how would it be delivered, and what about liability? Never heard of it. Crickets.
The
So,
only thing that I've heard about this, and from in the past, and I've seen this, is that it becomes de facto babysitting units for people, and, you know, I know, I was told by a former employee that they volunteered, and next thing you know, parents were just dropping the kids off. You say, wait a minute, I'm not responsible for your kid. So I guess if we have one of those, it probably needs to have a sign or something that says the parent is responsible to stay with their child while they're in the unit.
if we can find one, and if the liabilities.
Did anybody say they missed it last year?
One person did.
We had a lot of people after the fact, I think we kind of ran out of time, but there was a lot of people that were really looking forward to a cornhole tournament, because that's kind of a popular thing. And for whatever reason, that just didn't happen, but I remember more people calling and saying, hey, I was so disappointed because we thought we were looking forward to the cornhole tournament. And so, I remember more about that than the bouncy house. I don't really remember much about the bouncy house.
Well, I know that the club's got some cornhole things.
That's much less liability with cornhole than,
Yeah, that's true.
the bouncy house.
We have one.
Who? You?
Kathy and I have a set with the bean bags.
Probably is you need somebody there to run it. Because they wanna do a competition.
Do we know anybody that would be interested in doing that?
Not really, just.
What time would this be? Would this be throughout the day or just?
Great question, I don't
The
know.
cornhole bouncy house was gonna kind of, as I recall, of course, looking at the
It
schedule.
says 1 to
It was kind of that lull time after, everybody kind of, after the hot dogs and parade, everybody just kind of goes their own way until the said whatever the fireworks. It was just kind of that, during that lull time, but that was kind of planned, and I think that's probably why it kind of fell away, because everybody's like, well, I'm not gonna be here, I'm gonna go do this or do that, and I'll be back at 5 or 6, and nobody wanted to run it.
Now, this window of 1 to 3, is this for children, or do we want to have a children and adult event? The reason I'm asking, I'm looking at Linda's checklist for past Fall Fest, Kids Corner, Rutgers Family Amusement. I'm not sure what that is. Is anybody familiar with that? They handle all and sell rides, wristbands, $10, no charge to city.
rides.
Kids Corner, Rutgers Family Amusement. I guess we could look that up, maybe Google it and see What that, that's just a thought. Is this, the events from 1 to 3, are they gonna be both children and adult events, or are gonna be primarily?
Well, we could have the
Towards children.
if we can find people that'll run them.
Hey, Hans,
A lot of people are with their families and don't really want to spend that
It
much
seemed like
time.
people
Yeah.
just left.
Yeah.
there was at the Foxfire Craft Show in Clayton last year,
Yeah,
they had two things for the kids, and it was great. One, Raven County High School provided a petting farm, you know, and,
the high school did?
yeah, I guess the ag department. And they had nothing big, I mean, they had the bunnies, they had the goats, they had, you know, whatever. And then there was it was a big blue, you probably see, I've seen it in town. It's called, Blue Ridge, I can't even read it. Blue Ridge, something, anyway, there's a bus and it's for the kids and it's kids' activity. And they have people there to take care of it.
The activities are on the bus?
On the bus and beside the bus.
What do they charge?
They told me nothing, but I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
But I mean, we need to find that out, but,
Could you look into
oh,
that,
yeah, 'cause
Jim?
we like both of those. We
Could
talked
you
about
look
it at
into
the craft
both?
show.
I think
Yeah.
a petting zoo would be cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
and that
You're in charge of that.
is easy to control,
There's
because
gonna be
there
a lot
are
of
people.
people there. That's a lot.
But if they,
Where would you set that up? Did they clean up all the waste?
Yes, they did.
and that's self-sustaining, as far as volunteers from Sky Valley or wherever.
But both of these had, like they had the kids from the 4-H or the whatever. And then these people had probably 5 or 6 employees.
Mr. Chairman, will we have another meeting just to make sure all of this is
Absolutely.
covered? Okay. Mr. Rhodes, would you look into those two things for us? I think that's kind of cool,
Because we'd like to have a craft show too. Yeah.
rather than
Well,
Fall
both.
Fest.
Have both.
You want
I
to?
mean, Fall Fest, not the craft.
Yeah.
If we don't have a petting zoo and other things like that, what if we have the cornhole near and at the same time as the hot dogs? That way, for one, people will stay around for it, and those who need to go home and, you know, relax and sleep.
Rather than do it 1 to 3, is what you're saying?
Yeah, right. That
What
way-
time do we start the hot dog thing?
Noon?
Would we say 11:30? 11:30. Was that too early?
Parade wasn't over.
Yeah, it's best to wait to, depending on how long the parade was,
So you want to make it 12 to 1:30?
that'd be fine.
Okay.
Well, if you have another 100 hot dogs, like, 30 minutes, for them to eat.
He's good.
Well, we'll just,
Till they
we'll
run
just
out.
go until we run out, so, that's
Yeah.
what we did last year.
So,
Oh, that's a good idea. We can talk about that as soon as we hear from what Jim finds out.
And like I said, these people were there the whole day, from 9 to 5, or 10 to 5.
Really.
Yeah.
And tell them we'll give them a free hot
Well, that
dog.
graded out spot,
What?
that graded out spot that could potentially hold the 2 extra courts, pickleball courts.
Yeah.
That's a big flat area, you could probably set.
You could do
several
cornhole
pickleball
there.
courts up there.
Or do the petting zoo or whatever we decide. Yeah, okay.
where at now?
You know where the, next to the pickleball courts, in
Okay.
front of the bathroom.
So are we gonna have, cornhole and kids events?
Well,
Kinda in the same
he's
lookout?
gonna find, if we did, well, he's gonna find
Okay.
out what we can do at our next meeting. Okay.
Depending upon the area, that area around well 3, which is, it's the well house, that's where the overflow pickleball court is.
Mhm.
That might be a good area to put a little corral. It's kind of off.
Yeah,
Just past them?
past the pickleball courts.
Yeah, that,
Where the
the
parking
parking
is.
area just past pickleball, if you head up Wisconsin Hill,
Yeah.
well 3 is right there, that may
If
be.
we could keep it closer in, you'd get more participation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will a
I
pickleball
just
ball
didn't
court
know
to
if
be
there were
locked?
animals around to eat hot
Do you want
dogs.
him to
They
be?
need
My
to
wife will probably have
Okay.
a stupid bunny right next to the grill.
I think that'd be easy to do, but
Just to
they,
lock the
because
pickleball courts?
otherwise, somebody would be on them.
Got them in
Yes,
parking,
they will.
so you wanna make sure they're locked up, Jason? The pickleball courts are off limits until after the festivities?
Yeah, we throw a
Okay.
lock in there.
Yeah.
Just for the
We'll get
day.
complaints, but that's,
Well, I'll just tell all the pickleball players it's closed on, you know, that day.
We were fixing to do that last year when we were talking about doing the cornhole on the pickleball ball course.
All right, well, then we'll discuss that when we find out exactly what we're doing after Jim finds out about stuff. Okay, are we through with that? And I guess we're saying nixing the obstacle course. There isn't any that I found that would take the liability. They'd say, you know, you take it
And you
and,
don't wanna,
Yeah, I don't
And
want-
we actually, I
and our,
talked to Doug about
our
us buying
attorney.
one,
yeah,
and he's like, no. we
Don't do
we
it, don't
wanna-
do it,
we don't
yeah.
wanna be in the-
somebody breaks their arm.
Keep them on the ground.
Yeah, we don't wanna be in the bounce house business.
No. Okay, Sid Webb, you wanna talk about it?
same as last year, it's gonna be takeout only again. Really no changes.
The same as this, it's gonna start at 5:30?
Yes.
Okay, and it's gonna be at the Country Club Pavilion, tickets available at Sky Valley Pro Shop, Sky Valley Timeshares, POS Realty, Valley Appalachian Insurance, Reeves and Dillard's, the same old thing.
Same old thing.
Okay, we'll put that on, all right, and bring your own lawn chairs. We'll
Yeah.
Put that on, okay. And then fireworks,
We
9:15 or when dark.
Well,
Our problem with trying to have a sit down is that people sit down and then they wanna sit and
And
wait
talk.
for the fireworks.
Yeah,
So we got the first group, and that's all we can feed there. And then we got people walking around with plates,
yeah,
with no place to eat.
that makes
So
sense, that makes sense.
the takeout is just the way
And
to
it
go.
went well, yes, last year, didn't
The
it?
last 2 years we've done it, and it's
Okay.
gone tremendous.
Okay, all right, then we'll say fireworks at when dark, at dark,
at least, I'd say at least, I think we started 9:20, I would say at least 9:30.
9:30.
Ken, at the hot dog thing, do we have water and any beverages at all?
Fire department, all this is water.
Okay,
all.
that's good,
Is
but there is a beverage.
Yeah, he brought the ice and the water and,
They're all
yeah,
last year, yeah.
okay. All right, do we need to talk, I guess, do we need to talk to the club? They know what you're doing. We don't need anything else with them. Okay,
Yeah, we work with the club on our,
on the thing.
on the Sid River.
So, all right, is that do it for July the 2nd? And I will make sure and get all this information out to Ford, Raven, and,
I'll need their permit, the orders providing fireworks, I'll need their permit.
Okay, yeah, they,
So I'll send paperwork out.
you got it, you got it.
but
Okay.
Marlon, I'll have Marlon, Brent Marlon reach out to you, last year when, what's his name, James? Yeah, they coordinated all that last year, they should know what they're doing. I will forward the information, but it's Brent Marlon, Marlon Polytechnics, and he'll make sure, he'll do everything I need, is,
When we talked to the county, they said we didn't need a permit, so.
Someone's taking notes.
Well, from the city liability standpoint, and from our standpoint, I don't necessarily need a permit, I just need to see your license to operate.
You know, I mean from a county permit within, yeah, I hear what you're saying, all right. Who cares about that?
We're a municipality.
Gotcha.
I'm sure I've got your email address, but I will reach out to Brent, and get y'all connected. They do this all over, so it should be,
All right, Mr. Bruce, sorry I took so much of your time.
No, that's
But we
fine.
had to, this is coming, I cannot believe it's, what'd you say, how many weeks?
6 weeks.
Oh my gosh. But it did go good. Now, last year, Ken, the club let us have a couple of golf carts. You think they will again? Okay. So, not that I'm downplaying our Kubotas, we'll need what, 3?
Well, I may still use the Kubota,
Okay.
just because they're faster, those things are,
You wanna go that fast?
well, if I need to get in there anyway, I may have to, but.
All right, 2.
I
We're saying no, we're ready to.
Okay, good.
No,
Good.
We had a golf cart wreck yesterday, so.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Here,
Really?
on the course?
Yeah, kind of is on the golf path up there in front of the post.
Gentleman's, I don't know, he was laying out. I saw it, I caught it in
What
the
happened?
place.
Just failure to do right, standing on the back of the golf cart. And got
Oh.
spun off.
I hope he's okay.
Me too.
He he was laying on the sidewalk when I rode by.
Oh, my.
We took care of them. Picked 'em up.
I am glad. We need to have the fire station chronicles.
No, you don't want more.
To put in the Sky Valley Times every month, we'll have a section.
I can, I mean, I can send something to
You can, well, that'd be great. It's towards the end of the year. Well, we'd love to hear from you guys. All right, Mr. Turner, I'm shutting up now.
Okay, Fall Fest, October 15th, 2022, from 10 to 5. Is everybody kind of in agreement with that? That's when it starts. Now, the vendors, I think the vendors started coming in around 8 o'clock. Does that sound right?
Be away from the activity by 10, they need to be clear of them.
Yeah, they had to be parked in a way, yeah.
So,
We had some vendors that wanted to come in the night before when we did Fall Fest.
And I think if you list that, Bruce, if you want to come the night before, you're liable for your own product, you know,
True,
or
They
take
would
it
not
down.
provide security.
yeah.
but the vendors, no earlier than 8. They come in at 8 and be ready to go by 10.
You don't want them to be able to set up the night before?
That's fine with me.
I mean, but you gotta let them know, yeah.
I'd give them a start in time, because they'll be straight on all night,
Yeah.
6 to 8 or something, you know, 6 to 9. Yeah.
I'm not gonna shop Friday.
You going shopping?
What,
Oh, I just got you. Duh. Okay, all right, so you will,
so on October 14th, 6 to 8?
I think that's enough time.
it's light.
Yeah.
One year, I was a vendor and we could set up early in the morning and it was dark
Mhm.
and you couldn't see to set up or anything, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Did you say 6 to 8?
On the 14th.
Yeah, okay.
8 to 10 on the 15th.
Yeah, 8 to 10 on 50, yeah, that's what you got. Okay.
Now, I'm kind of on this sheet now. It's just kind of it's a two-parter, and
Welcome.
Good morning.
Hey, everybody.
Hey,
How
how
y'all
y'all
doing?
doing?
Everybody doing well?
Doing great.
You're not talking about me, are you?
Yes.
We're getting ready to.
we just stopped.
Okay, just stopped. All right, excuse us for
Oh,
bothering you.
As far as vendors, we've reached out to, I think, 33 so far. And I included in the packet a letter I sent out. I know Ken and Lou commented on it, and those changes we can make. And as soon as we finalize that letter, I guess, Jason, I'll get with you with all the addresses, because I have names and addresses of the folks we've contacted so far, and send those letters out to them.
do you mail them or email them, Bruce?
I would say, if we can email them, and because there's a place where there's a signature and a date. If that works, and
I
keep
know-
track of payment, if they accept it, and do a little checklist.
Or have them send it on email, but have them mail it in with their check, to make sure you got it.
Is that how you do your other ones, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay. So they need to
Okay.
mail in their, I
With
think
their
that's the way the
application.
city did it before, where you had to either bring it to the office or
Yeah.
mail it in with your check, yeah.
Okay,
How much are we charging?
50 per vendor.
Okay,
But the draft, everybody should have a draft of that. Look it over and see if there's anything you want to add, subtract. Ken, you'd mentioned, or Lou, something about time. On the actual form, there's cost and time. It says vendors are responsible for power cords, supplies needed for their product.
where will we plug in all those power cords?
typically, just the generators for the food, but I don't think that's gonna be an issue. Do folks usually need power?
There's a few, but there's very few.
Well, because I know some of them had the scanners for,
But you use your cell
That's
phone for
Wi-Fi,
that.
yeah.
so power typically isn't an issue.
It's like another wearing one this weekend in Clayton, and it's few places for power, but very few. So, I mean, most people don't care, except for cold months.
Yeah.
Here, yeah.
Which it may be. Okay, I'm gonna contact the Gillettes, because they usually do these shows, and didn't you say they may be able to get us maybe 10 more?
I think so, yeah. Scaly Mountain Crackers.
Yes, yeah, not crackers on the way to,
Oh, the pen people?
Yeah, they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, they're nice.
Knowledgeable as anybody.
Yeah.
but some of the,
How many spaces do we have, Bruce? Excuse me, I didn't mean.
well, Jim, you think we could do 50?
Well, I think easily 50. Don't you?
Yep.
I mean, I think we should shoot for 50.
Why
but
not?
We got more.
Why not?
Yeah.
And, you know, Tony's measuring out this area over here. They're 12 by 12, and, you know, with aisles in between, just kind of see what realistically, I hate to say, you know, get 60 and we can't fit them in.
Are we marking these spaces in
Yeah,
any way?
Jason, that little sketch or that picture I gave you, what Linda had done in the past is she had somehow a picture of, you know, taken from a drone or whatever, and she had number 1, number 2, so you could lay out where all the vendors were gonna be on a map.
I mean, but will we mark it in the parking lot?
I think we should.
I think we should.
How do we do that?
Some of them do it with tape, and that doesn't last very well.
Mhm.
Other people do it with some type of marker or with paint.
Paint.
Yeah, just paint
Yeah, washable paint.
Is there washable paint?
Yeah.
All right, who gets the washable paint?
Or, you know, I've seen, you know, those chalk things
Yeah?
that you see on
You mean like
sidewalks?
football fields? Where they
No.
line off the football
No.
field?
I've seen, you know, the kids, you
Oh.
know, had little hopscotch or things on there. It's just a big old chunk of chalk.
I've seen them do that too, get the big chalk, you know, the color will stand out.
Okay, so somebody has to figure out how to mark these. Okay, we'll have to order the stuff to mark
And then you
them.
really need to go on and mark off their 10 by 10, and then we can still have 2 feet on each side, but mark
Right.
off the 10 by 10
And then maybe
space.
even put a number, like
Yeah,
this is number 1.
Exactly.
So it's, really, it's 10 by 10 and then 2 feet?
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, we call it 12 by 12 in the letter.
but you need that extra space to
Yeah.
move around.
Yeah, for them to store stuff behind their areas and stuff. So,
We have,
Oh.
when we do our locates, so we have the blue paint that we could use to mark it.
does it come off?
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Okay.
Karen's in charge of the blue.
Carol will be.
What does it come like in a can or what?
Yeah. it
It's
just
like
is
a spray can?
Yeah.
You know, and it's good, especially if we do fortunate enough to have 75 vendors, to have somebody as the people come in to set up
To,
and then have their name, well, you're up
Direct
here
them.
on such and such site.
right,
Instead of just scrambling around.
yeah.
Well, if we can do that, I don't know if we necessarily need a layout map. What do you think?
I think it would,
I think we need a layout.
I think so
Layout
too.
map?
I think you need to lay it out, otherwise they'll encroach on somebody
Oh,
else's
my God,
space
yes.
and, yeah.
Is that something we can do, or is it something a sign company, or how do we make that happen? I don't know how Linda did it.
But what happened?
She had, and Jason has it, it's a picture from looking down on the parking lot, it's a color picture, and it's just got,
We'll create.
number 1,
We'll create that.
number 2 here, and I'm like, just laying out where all the
There was
vendors
somebody
are
other drawing.
on
This
this
is
parking
gonna
lot.
be,
Yeah, you can do it through Google Earth
Yeah,
and get down there and it does a picture and then you could mark it out.
yeah.
Are we doing this here at the club or both?
No, here.
Vendors?
Yeah. All right, so then I like the suggestion that we have somebody here to greet the vendors and say, John Smith, you're in number 6 and it's right over there.
Just cuts down a lot of confusion.
Yeah, you gonna do it both times, the night and the day?
I think we should be.
Well, I think we need somebody here at night and the evening.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
No, not do it the night before.
Yeah, because you're gonna be, you're gonna be in it. So if you could do it the night before, and I'll do it during the day.
right, and you'll have the list, Who creates this list? You're gonna do that, Bruce?
What's that?
The list of the vendors, so you can hand it to him and say,
Yes.
Joe Blow is in slot 6, whatever. Okay,
And as soon as we, complete our list, and I guess once we have people send back, say, yeah, we're gonna be in it, then I can start formulating a Google map or whatever it is.
we can get that off of Google. And you want 50? We have room for 50?
We have room for 50, there's, along that side out there
Yeah,
is about, 275 feet. And
okay.
that's enough for 25 or 30, and then you can put one there, make a row, and then put another row here. And just have one aisle that goes down through there.
Draw that up for me, would you?
Yeah, I will, you get 50 in
The
there.
other thing is, we need the police to make sure that all these people who work in the valley and leave all their equipment in this parking lot all the time, don't need to be here.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that, we need maintenance out there prior to, because there's piles of dirt, there's holes, there's work that needs to be done to use that.
Yeah. The other day I went by here and I can't remember how many trailers.
Well, we've got,
Yeah,
we've got that company that's doing that directional boring, I hope they'll be done, they're using a lot of that equipment there is them right now. but hopefully-
just tell them they can't be here October 15th, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
the,
We had somebody park an RV there.
Yeah.
question for you, is the aisle between the two vending lines going to be big enough for a golf cart
Oh,
or
yeah.
emergency
Oh,
vehicle?
yeah, we can
to
make
get
it
in?
20 feet.
Yeah, anything 20, 25 feet.
Yeah.
Okay,
Which
There's enough
area?
for that.
What'd you talk about?
good. Between the two lines of vendors, just wanted to see if that aisle
Oh,
was
yeah.
big enough.
That's not all paved over there, because we're gonna go out to the river,
To the river?
or the creek.
I like that, Tony.
Okay,
So, but we do need maintenance out there to make sure that it's all level and holes filled in, all that, so,
Cut down a little liability.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, we don't need any broken legs.
vendor parking.
Yeah. Yeah, where is the vendor parking?
So we're gonna say 50 vehicles, just,
If you got 50 vendors, yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
What about on the other side of the chapel? That wouldn't hold 50, but it would hold some.
You mean in the chapel parking
Yeah,
lot?
yeah.
It might hold 50,
If you use their,
maybe not.
both lots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
use both lots.
Squeeze into it.
I
It's-
can't
they're not
remember.
big truck and trailer.
There's about probably 20 on that side and a bunch more on this side.
Yeah,
Lou, you go up here, don't you? See if you can get a count on
Spaces.
parking spots, because that would be real convenient. Park, you just go walk up the hill,
Okay.
and then we can just finalize it.
We did that back when we were working with you guys to see if we couldn't, sort of work together on this church thing.
Uh-huh.
And, we looked at, I think there were 48 spaces there.
Oh, well, there you
We can
go.
certainly look again.
Yeah,
somebody could park in the grass.
are people gonna bring little trailers though, is
They
the
will,
question?
Some will, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't, you're not gonna have much turnaround, as a matter of fact, none, really.
That's
This is
true.
just
What
cars
about
or
with the
trucks.
trailers up by the pickleball court?
Yeah. The other
That's
side.
a pretty good spot, and they can park there.
Yeah,
Matter of fact, that's what we used last time for the city, when we had it up there.
yeah.
We also talked about that grassy area behind the church here. There's a big area that's open field.
Oh, that's even better.
But we're
If it rains,
If it
Right
rains,
up
It
on
rains, that's off, third in
When
there.
you go overlook,
Cause I
just as you make that, right before you go
Yeah,
up to the conference up there, used to be our LZ for our helicopter landing there.
it did, you're right.
It needs a little bit of, grass cutting, but I think the city could probably do that. There's plenty of room up there for
You know where he's talking about, Jason?
Yeah, we don't own that, though.
No, it's not city property,
What's that, Harrison Merrill?
probably.
He lived here.
We've got a little area by well 8 that we do maintain.
That'd be kind of a, would that
Well,
be
it's
far
a
for?
little bit farther, but I mean, if somebody had a big trailer, I mean, we can actually, if somebody came up the night before, we actually have a gate with a lock. I mean, if somebody wanted extra security, but we got room there as well.
All right, that's something we gotta finalize then, Bruce.
Well, what I've got so far is vendor parking, chapel, maybe, they can drop their carts off over by the pickleball court and then just park at the church.
Or
Does that make sense?
Maybe the cart's behind this
Chapel.
building too, if it's not raining, yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
since the club is not using the space over there, why can't we use, in the very back, use some of that area for parking?
Well, I know Chris, and I'm gonna get into it, because we're gonna try to do a car show as well. And Chris says over there, by the pavilion, they have spot for maybe 40 classic cars.
So
that's
in
what I
that
was
whole
thinking in that area.
rounded, that roundabout thing?
Yeah, yeah.
parking lot? So then trailers can go back there.
Mhm.
What about, we'll talk about parking for participants.
I'm thinking over, who did we decide? I thought we were talking about over at the city park area. Is there enough right along there? No, that's not gonna be enough.
Not for everybody that's gonna come, no. A lot of people park in front of here.
Yeah.
Because they get ready for the parade, they park and bring their chairs out, so we have a lot.
But this
out
is
here.
Fall Fest, no
Oh,
parade.
duh, sorry. So they could park over here.
Yeah.
Right, all along here?
Yeah.
That's partly, I don't know where else they'd go.
Well, if we can, if we get 50 vendors and put them out against that, they'll still be parking up here in our parking lot.
Okay,
So,
and you're gonna draw me a picture of that?
yeah, I'll
Okay.
I'll get you a scale picture of it so we can see.
And then Karen and I come out with the blue paint.
So we're gonna move the classic car show over to the club.
The club, that's what Chris had
Okay.
offered.
Okay.
But didn't we also talk about, where you're talking about parking out here
Yeah,
for the car show? To keep it all together, instead of people being so spread out?
And that's fine, that's
Then
fine.
we-
Well, then we don't have any
then
parking.
we have any parking.
And then
Well, then
where are you gonna do
we
the
can
duck
use
race?
that for parking, the club for parking.
We have to keep, here's our issue, you know, we're gonna have spaces for the hay bales, so we got, that's gonna eat up some space. And,
Ooh, paper.
We have those out by then? Did we have those out by then, October this year, or last year?
in the past, they've always been,
We did a little late.
In
We started them
conjunction
at
with-
October 15th last year, yeah.
now, do we want to, I think we've always done the Fall Fest and the hay bales at the same time. So the hay bales are probably gonna be down.
They used to be real popular, have a hay ride and see the hay bales.
Yeah, we could do that.
That was
Yeah.
big. You even went down to the falls and back up, you know.
Yeah, we did that. We did that every fall fest too, yeah. Kids love that.
Parking's gonna be dicey.
Yeah, it is. Can we build a tower by then? Parking decks.
Yes.
Can we get them all on the fire truck and take them over to Scaly Mountain to park? Can we? Oh, no. That's the, how about, and why can't we use some of the timeshare parking?
I'll ask Shelley about
Yeah, I
that.
mean, really, why not?
That's prime time for them.
I started to say that's a busy time.
Yeah, that's true.
I have one concern about parking in the upper space at the Sky Valley Chapel, and that is, when you're turning left as you're leaving the lot, you can't see traffic coming around. And there's no mirror, you just have to be very, very careful.
Which
So
lot are
maybe
you talking about,
The other side.
the high side.
where the columbarium is?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the other, well, maybe that's not the higher side, but I consider it the high side. The front of the chapel side,
Mhm.
not the columbarium
Okay.
office side, but the other. When you're leaving that lot and you're turning left, I mean, really, it's as here's the, the entrance to it, so as someone just sees you leaving as they're coming in.
Well, the
there's not-
vendors won't be doing a lot of coming and going, if
No,
that's what we
that's
use for
true.
vendors,
Yeah.
Just
so.
having a sign out saying, watch for traffic with my name, just so.
Yeah.
Well,
We can do that, we
Yeah,
can do a
just
watch for
something-
traffic.
Yeah,
well, 3 is where we stored the hay bales.
Oh,
By
yeah.
pickleball court, that little area right
How
there.
about that for the vendors?
I mean, if it's, as long as it's not raining, but I mean.
Yeah,
you
that's a
could-
big
I mean,
lot.
You could park a lot of cars there, right there around well 3. which
Is that for the vendors?
Which is the overflow for pickleball.
Yeah.
We
Then how do
need
we get,
overflow, that's our only parking space.
Yeah. Well,
over there at
Pepper, you over
I'm
there.
thinking, we've got a proposed plan where we've got some extra parking, so.
Okay.
That is.
we'll talk about that some more.
Yeah,
Okay.
but parking, yeah, definitely is a big question mark right now.
So the plan would have the hay bales done by the 15th, so we would need to have them out, painted.
Probably
And you know,
by
it
first
just, it
week.
all depends on the weather. Sometimes we'll do them earlier and then they're, you know, in 2 days, they're soaking wet and rotting. I mean, it just depends on the weather.
Are we,
Yeah.
you know, considering how successful the 4th of July is, are we jamming ourselves up? Can we do the hay bale after the 5th or the 15th? That's kind of jamming that up too, isn't it?
See, people are leaving
Yeah, people are leaving the
about
valley.
Yeah, so-
mid-October.
We'll just try to have it done before then and hope the weather, they don't get soggy and fall apart.
We had a flatbed trailer for people riding on the door and stuff, is that what it was?
What we had,
A tractor going in?
yeah, I guess it was that same trailer that we're using to put for 4th of July. Was it? I think it was,
I think it was too.
because it had sides on it, and we just, yeah. that was
The
fun.
kids love that.
Yeah, they do. I think the parents did too.
But I'm gonna do what I can to solicit and get around 40 to 50 vendors, and we'll kind of see how much we can accommodate vendors and
I think you're right.
guest parking.
And,
Over here.
we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And just see what our parking is. I'm gonna,
I think we ought to aim higher for a number of vendors and then, because I think a bunch of them won't show, but,
Yeah,
yeah,
so.
yeah.
I think if you invite 50 or whatever, then I think you're gonna get about 30.
Well, that's why it's crucial to get the form out and get it back
and get a
Right.
commitment,
by the 1st,
yeah.
October 1st.
Oh, I would
I
hope
would
you
do
get
it
it before then.
Yeah.
Before then,
Yeah.
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 Because don't you plan your time? Yeah,
Yeah, and I tell you, in October,
it's
that's where the
bunch.
hardcore people
Yeah,
are doing, and they do have them.
right, their schedules are full.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the dog parade thing? That's always a big deal, where they dress up in costumes along with their owners. They
Now,
have like a little
for the
dog.
vendor commitments, what are we thinking? September,
September 15th, wasn't it?
September?
Yeah, the dog was always a big hit. And
It's a
then
big hit. September 15th, it'd be like our cutoff, or what?
Yeah, for the money to be in and registration.
Okay. I think that's good.
Okay.
But Holly, didn't we tie in the, Paws for Life
Yes,
with
Paws
that?
for Life.
That was huge.
They brought all their little
Adoption
puppies.
things and
Yeah,
got adopted too that day.
That was huge.
We're getting there. I'm just saying, I'm gonna work towards getting 50 vendors, or maybe 60 to see if we can
Yeah, why not?
Right.
get it whittled down to, between 45 and 50.
Bruce, is it any way, and I don't want to work with you, but this form, can we have it updated and
First.
be able to pass it out to people this weekend and crash out vendors?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
In their hand, it's gonna be
Now, last
better
year we
than,
did, I
than.
think.
Yes, yes.
Probably like
yes,
60.
'cause Kathy's got it on there.
We're gonna start earlier. I'm gonna start
anything-
earlier.
I mean, but.
I've made
we
some
have a cap on the number.
changes based on information
We
I've
have like
got.
30 participants.
I can get that done
Like 50
today, by the end of today.
And duty put in there,
I
they
had
can
people
supply the
like
wrong table.
Duncan reach out to me saying, hey, I
Right.
Some places,
That's what we're gonna
believe
get
it or not,
that.
supplies
Get
take.
forward rate.
Really?
That.
So,
not many,
You
but
tell me
some do.
what you want to count.
Can
Well,
Boss
we just-
for
we
Life
just got-
also be a vendor?
We gotta,
Give them that space
if
for
we're talking
free
about walking, we just need to find areas, we're gonna put about 10 or
to
15.
give them.
Yeah,
Well, we could put some out on, a
247.
couple more ball miles,
Yes.
a couple more.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
popular booth,
What is that?
Awesome.
Pause for Life.
Yeah.
I was suggesting we let them be a vendor.
Donate it, yeah.
Donate a vending space where they could bring the smaller.
Okay.
pets.
I'm okay with that. Mr. Chairman, you okay with that?
Hang on.
If they give us the,
Bruce, you need to multitask over there, buddy. Okay.
But didn't we talk about
If they did
using
discount
some of
it.
the grassy area for the children's stuff anyway? So,
if they
you know,
just
that's,
count and photos of the ones they're bringing, the pets they're
We
bringing.
don't have enough.
We can have people paint little pictures so you get their portrait with the pet. Holly,
there
you don't do all of them, come on.
there was a guy here, I'm gonna say,
You'll pay.
either the last or next to the
Won't be doing
last
that crazy.
one that we had, he had a booth, and he took pictures of people with their dogs and their costumes.
Yes, that'd be.
Oh, now that would be cute.
And that was very
Who
popular.
did that?
I've been looking for his card forever, but he's
But
really got me into
surely
it.
somebody here in town has a camera could do
Oh,
that.
yeah,
But it has to be instant, pop it out for picture.
right,
Oh, Polaroid. Okay.
yeah.
Or you make that.
Or just order.
Printer
it.
and he's gonna have to have power.
Yeah,
But that was.
That was fun. That would be fun.
they could be doing that just outside of here and covered area.
Yeah.
Bring your pet over there. and get
You know
your
anybody that would
picture.
do that? Put that down on your list, Bruce.
What is this now?
Photographer for people taking pictures of the dressed up dogs,
Okay, let me,
and then he can make money off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd pay for
And
that.
everyone who adopts could come over.
Yeah, I think that'd be cute. All right, so Pause for Life and the picture booth. Wonder if Pause for Life could do that.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't think he did it instantly, as far as giving them.
You just sent it to him?
I think he did,
You just said, we'll take a picture, here's your
probably
address.
sent it to
Give
him
me your 50
Right,
bucks.
email
by
that.
email,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that'd be easy enough to do. You can do that with your.
And he had a little bit of a backdrop to give it a little jazz.
Little jazz
you
up.
know.
Mhm.
In a frame, look. Okay, Bruce,
now, what are you saying? You want me to do that, or you want to find somebody to do that? Because I'm guessing you and I, and maybe a lot of the people here, are gonna be running around
oh, yeah,
guiding people.
getting all the volunteers, that's a whole nother.
Well, that was my next, well, the volunteers,
You know who said he'd do it? Maybe, Rudy. Rudy Macy said,
Mhm.
put him in
Oh,
charge.
Yeah.
he'd be good at it.
yeah, Rudy's, I've got him down as a volunteer, but, like I say, as far as what I'm gonna try to get all the vendors, and there's a whole list of about 40 sponsors.
What do the sponsors' money, what does the
That's
sponsor
what
money
I'm not sure of. I may have to call Linda and say, how does that work? Because, you know, the Summer House did several gift certificates. I just don't know how that works, the sponsors.
Well, the gift certificates could go to stuff like if they win a contest, or they win the dog parade, or they,
Right.
I don't know, best vendor, I don't know.
Well, for instance, 12 Spice Vineyards, wine, $15 value. So I guess you go there, they say, okay, but who gets them? I don't know how these sponsors work.
Unless we have a booth set up for sponsors and you go in and you bid on the sponsor prizes or something, I don't know.
I would think the sponsors are going to get credit in every mail out, any advertising we do. And maybe we could bump up the sponsorship so that some of it is a free pass or this or that. But also, if we commit to advertising this, maybe a radio spot, I'm not.
We can do, we're gonna do Forward Raven will do it for us. And they'll do a lot.
Oh, well.
And they do radio spots, TV spots, and print advertising.
Okay, so they will advertise our sponsors?
Yeah, because we're a member of Ford Raven, yeah.
But, I mean, she's got, Friends of Sky Valley sponsors, gold sponsors, silver, in kind, there's a bunch of them. I just,
You know,
Sounds like a
what
whole
we do-
sponsoring dog, what it sounds like,
Yeah,
just for their name to be out
yeah.
there. You know,
Well, do talk to Linda.
Yeah, I
first
will.
and See how she, how,
because I still don't have a head around how that works.
yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking, the club said that they do food and beverage, I think, for over there, but I'm wondering if maybe over at the pavilion, we want to have something else.
Do
Or,
we want food trucks?
or, I didn't know you did the hot dogs for the fire department for, the 4th of July. Could maybe the fire department do hot dogs again and water down here, so you've got food at this end of town and food at that end of town. Maybe the club does barbecue and the fire department does hot dogs.
When we sell them, we get away though.
Yeah, that's the problem we run into is we start selling food.
Yeah, I don't think,
Kind of a conflict
that would be-
of our
yeah.
interest. We want to
that's
see-
what I was thinking, a food truck might be better.
I think so, but the shack or whatever it is, he's
The
good.
shack is good, it's expensive, but it's good.
I'd like to check and see if Sid Weber might wanna do something, you know, I mean, to sell stuff as a fundraiser.
Food?
Right.
Yeah,
If you
Okay.
check that, Ken?
Yeah,
Um,
so what is the club doing? They're just gonna sell food
Well-
at their
Yes,
pavilion?
yeah, they could do a little setup over there.
Is
and
this
have food there.
alcohol and food, or what?
No, I think, I don't know if we want to have alcohol. I mean,
I don't know.
Curry has a food. Well, you know, what do you think, Ken? I've been just kind
Did we
of,
do it before?
I don't remember.
I don't even,
I know we had a craft beer fest.
and I've
But
had
that
several
was-
people say they'd like to have a wine tasting
Mhm.
festival one year here too.
From my standpoint, I have a problem. We just did, 2 weeks ago, we did the Bear Shadow event up there. Gave away alcohol all day long for 3 days.
Gave it away?
Gave it away.
I didn't get it.
Who did that? Who did that? Who did
That was,
that?
well, it was the Bear Shadow up at,
Yeah, I know where they are.
Farms, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And, yeah, they ran into a problem where they couldn't sell alcohol because it's outside the municipality.
Well, see, we have to, if alcohol is sold, we have to apply for some permit.
Or if the club
Let's see.
does, though.
But the club does,
The
but I'm just
club
saying
does
we do
not.
it there.
The club has license, so.
They could sell alcohol.
Maybe we just keep any alcoholic beverage limited to Chris and
Yeah.
that there.
you want a beer, go over to the club.
Yeah,
But I'm
Yeah.
being devil's advocate, I'm talking about members here, we don't mind going down there, but people here for the craft, are they gonna then just go down there just to eat and drink and then come back?
Well,
I
the
mean,
car
we
show
won't
will be
all
there.
together,
The
we'll
car
all
show,
together.
the car show's gonna be there too.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be near as many.
but if we have,
people going to
if we have
that,
a food truck up
it'll be
here,
separated.
another, could we put a food truck in this parking lot?
Well, either there or up by the pavilion.
I would say you wanna keep your food trucks together.
Yes.
And you got
All
electricity
food.
up there too, by the pavilion.
So you want all food in one area?
Well, I want the club to do their thing there, and then I think if we were down by the pavilion with the other food, that would encourage people to move among the groups.
What were you saying is a good food truck?
The shed,
The shed.
Yeah,
Are they
incredible?
Yeah.
that's Tony's relative.
Is it?
That's him already.
Just invite them to be a vendor and get their $50.
He's one that used to be the chef at.
Fortified.
Fortified.
Yeah.
Ah,
And the last plate, they were in line
What was
to
the
start
other
at the end of the day.
The Curry truck?
Yeah,
that
the
was
curry
released
heat.
the other night?
No, that was just the shed.
Yeah, but there was another truck on the other side. I
know.
don't know who that was.
Now, where's the shed? That's not the curry heat, is it?
The
No,
shed
he's
is, you know where the
out.
honey place is on 441? There used to be a barbecue place right there on the
Mhm,
corner, that's
mhm.
where the shed is located. And it's a
Okay.
food truck.
you know, there's, the vineyard owner, is coming to the first garden club meeting. Why-
Stonewall Creek?
Stonewall Creek.
Mm-hmm.
I'll ask him if he wants to have.
Do we want alcohol though? We
Do
don't
we
know
have
how, what kind of a
tasting?
permit we gotta get.
You have to have a permit for a tasting?
Any kind of
Not selling?
alcohol.
Anytime, yeah.
But that's not hard to get from the city.
I don't know how, I've never had to get one, but I just know we have to have a permit.
Right.
Well,
They want to have somebody, they're talking about maybe a wine one day, have a wine tasting.
Yeah, I mean, there's 12 Spies, Stonewall Creek, and Curry for Bill.
Can we find a food truck that has like corn dogs and, you know, just kid stuff and pick up food and, because the sheds is like sandwiches and,
We'll look at that one this week.
Tacos.
That's, it's gonna be over 100 vendors at this one.
would you look over for the food truck? All right, great.
Let's see, there was
Maybe an ice
one,
cream.
okay, the shed is the one I had that I gave my card to last year, Clayton.
Yeah, yeah.
So I've got down that I'm gonna see if
Is
I
it
can.
as good?
It's not cheap
It's
though.
not cheap.
I mean, it's like $14 for a
But
sandwich.
like I say, they were people lined up from the time the crab show started to the time they were leaving.
For the shed?
Yeah.
Because food's good?
Yeah.
It is.
Okay, so I'll reach out to the shed as a vendor. Maybe gourmet soft pretzels.
One, two.
Do you know anybody that does that?
What'd you say, Bruce?
Gourmet soft pretzel booth?
That kind of stuff, that's good.
I'm just saying, you know, and Mimi's Old Fashioned Pound Cake.
There's gotta be a vendor association or group on how to contact some of these people, isn't there?
Don't know.
Oh, no, Jim's gonna find out, because he's gonna go talk to all the food trucks. Right, Jim?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, some way.
seems
You
like
think
me.
they, I don't know. There's an ice cream food truck here in Franklin supposedly that wanted to come do a hay bale late.
Sweet
never
Caroline
announced
ice cream.
That's it, that's it.
Okay, I'm gonna put a little
She wanted
Scooby-Doo.
to do a hay bale last year and it was too late for me to get her in.
But I mean, you've got boiled peanuts, pretzels, funnel cakes. How far do we wanna take it? The
And how
shed.
much do we charge the food trucks? Is there a charge for that?
Yeah.
How much is it? How much?
Usually if it's a bigger unit, they charge more than what you would your 10 by 10 space,
Okay,
but,
It means you charge them more?
yeah. But you gotta be careful too, make sure they got a generator and don't need electricity.
Yeah.
right.
Cause that's why Lindsay
Do
was
they bring
doing
their
them
own
up.
water and all that too?
I think so.
The shed had their own generator.
Yeah, cause they were out in the middle, yeah, you're right. That was a good spot.
And most of them have their own power, bring their own jet.
So what do you think? Club's gonna have food and beverage, shed, food and beverage. Do we wanna get an ice cream place and say, that's it for vendors?
The shed is wonderful, but I don't know how many people are going to want to pay $14, $15 for a sandwich.
Well, you said they were backed up.
They were busy, but I didn't go over there because I was too busy.
And I mean, they're wonderful food, but I think we need another cheaper.
Lower end.
Thank you, thank you for like.
Anybody-
That's what I was talking about, that maybe Weber do sausage.
Oh, okay, you're gonna look into that, okay, good. But you'll do.
So you're gonna look into,
Sid Weber doing some kind of dog or
Okay.
sausage dog or something.
Okay, that'd be great. And then maybe another truck for ice cream or
yeah.
funnel cake, whatever.
Junk food.
Junk food, thank you. Junque, we will jazz it up.
Okay.
Junque.
Okay, so that takes care of B and C pretty much.
You know it'll be October before we turn around, y'all.
And I'm gonna see what I can do
Quick.
to orchestrate the car show.
Okay.
Gary Campbell called me, I got his number.
Charlie Fit, didn't he use
And
it?
Charlie Fit, I've got his, between the two of them,
They did that.
I'm gonna see if they can kind of contact the people.
Also, the guy up here in Sky Valley. Hello.
Oh,
Bill
Bill
Otis.
Otis.
Yeah. He's in that too.
So that's gonna be me.
Grace's husband has cars too. Grace Guess's husband, he does that too.
Didn't we talk about looking into it as far as having maybe a radio station or somebody maybe have?
We've had that in the
To
past.
have music, that just kind of
We had that
helped
in
with
the
that,
past.
I think.
When Linda was here, every year she had a radio.
Now, there's one guy coming, and I ran into him the other day, and he wrote it on his calendar, but I'm gonna contact him. It's the, he makes custom banjos and guitars, you've probably seen.
I've got him on the
He
list.
is great, and he's playing the whole time,
Yeah, that'd be
but
good.
that's not,
Mountain Man Music.
Yeah.
I've got him
Les
on the
Barnett.
list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pay for that, the radio station.
We had to pay for the radio
You're
station?
talking about remote. Typically you
Yeah.
pay for that.
We had to pay for that?
Well, you have to pay for that.
Well, that, maybe some of our sponsors could help pay for that.
Yeah.
Or he could be a sponsor.
Sponsors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I did
radio
not,
station up in the, the night out.
oh, yeah, yeah. You had a radio
Fire
station?
department over here. Yeah, we had Sky, I think, was
Oh, maybe they'll come again? That'd be cool.
We were at Piedmont College craft show 2 weeks ago, which was a flop, but they had their own entertainment. It was so sad. I mean, people were walking around going, will they please stop? Will they please stop?
That's
It was
never
terrible.
karaoke
Oh, it was terrible. I think it was some of the college students.
Several years ago, we had the Elvis impersonator come, and they brought him in the back of a convertible, and he had been imbibing. He fell out of the convertible. Were y'all there for that? It was bad.
It's either one of those,
I don't know.
the new restaurant
He's
bar.
a contractor.
But, and then he got in, you know, and he was giving away his scarves, and he'd forget the words to the song. It was bad, yeah, it was bad.
Okay, I've got, sponsors, I'm gonna work on trying to, get with Linda and see exactly how that works. And then the next time we meet, if we can kind of divvy up, how to solicit them.
Oh,
And I don't know if that's
Oh,
what she did or how.
oh, of course.
To me, if we had a big signage up there, where people put, well, back up, like your home sponsors. I mean, they're getting their name out to everybody that's playing golf. But if we had some way of putting that there, they're getting benefit of hopefully 300 or 400
Promotion.
people walking by
Mhm.
and seeing their name and knowing they sponsored this thing.
So we talk about having signs out with all our sponsors.
Yeah, or,
Companies.
yeah, and,
That's how they do the Sid Weber golf
and
tournament.
just simplify it where you
Yeah.
don't have to do anything fancy or anything, just.
Yeah, yeah.
Just have maybe a grassy area with a cluster or whatever, you know.
That's,
But I don't know how to do it, I don't know.
I'll start with Linda and then, I'm gonna talk with Jim.
What are they charging out to whoever for a sign?
150.
See, and I mean, even if you just did, I don't know, it probably costs now, what, $25 to make a sign, probably?
Yeah, I think it's 27 last year.
Yeah, so,
That's, we got signs made by Adol, sign company for all the hay bales, saying, you know, this sign, this hay bale done by blah, blah, blah. It's like
Okay.
30.
I've got quite a list of sponsors. The next one I have on, number 3 is parking and transportation. We've kind of touched on parking, and once Tony has a little bit more idea of what available space we have, we can revisit that. As far as shuttles, for a lot of us, because I can see Holly, you're gonna be running around, Jason, you're gonna be running around. I'll probably be running around. And I think it would be easier,
Are we gonna shuttle people?
that's what we did
I
before. We
think
had,
we need to.
we had,
I think we need to.
I do too.
we had shuttle, 2 or 3 shuttle stations, one down there, one in the middle, and one over here. We
Right.
had people that were assigned to those areas.
Did we rent those?
We did, and I think a lot of that information's in here.
Like 4 or 6 people could get on there?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we need, and then we probably need Bruce a really, at our next meeting, somebody that'll be ahead of the volunteers to help organize all your volunteers.
That, you know, I may put that on, see if Rudy can do that, because I know I'm gonna be busy with, a lot of the front end stuff.
That's, the 15th is what day of the week? It's a
Saturday.
Yeah,
We're not doing that's not a breakfast, is it?
no.
Okay, good.
I know that before we got the two carts from the club, I called a couple of golf cart rental places, and I was shocked at the cost of those
The bigger ones?
double row, triple row golf carts. I mean, it was,
For rental?
yeah, it was outrageous. It was $700 for like a day.
Bring them in.
They got deliver them and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, it was pretty, yeah, I was like, whoa. We might wanna try to buy a used one, but it was that crazy expensive.
Well, we used to have, in years past, when we had it, there were 3
At least 3.
at least.
And with the people that come, I mean, walking all the way from here and all the way back to the club and all the way, there was a lot of walking, so we
But
need,
we'll look into that, and see how we can do that, if we can maybe just do two stations.
well, what does all the vendor money go for? They're all paying $50, and if we have 50 of them,
That's 2,500.
I
I
think
mean,
that's.
that would
where it
help
should
pay
go.
for that would defray the cost of the golf carts, right?
Mm-hmm.
Unless that money goes for something else.
How many volunteers do you think we're gonna need?
God,
The-
let's,
Oh,
oh
more than that.
man,
Huh?
I think it'd be more than that.
probably more than that, yeah.
Say
20,
20?
I bet.
At least. Because you have people directing people to different areas.
The shuttle is gonna be huge. A lot of people won't wanna park there to come here or
Right.
here to go there.
Right,
And that's the only thing still concerns me, if people here will go down there and the club will benefit. from
right.
whatever.
And if you got a shuttle that's running every 10,
Yeah.
15 minutes, then they're gonna wanna do it.
Yeah.
Well,
Is it level from A to B, level area probably?
Do what?
Would it be level area from A to B if we're going back and forth?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
Making it-
between the pavilion here and,
Yeah,
Just that little.
Croquet.
Yeah. A couple of small trailers, create a hay bale show versus.
I don't know what I think on that, what the liability
That's what I'm
is.
it's not a long
Yeah.
trailer.
About level.
Well, it's not level going to the waterfall though.
because I know in the past, it was a tractor or something. Of course, the
Jerry.
police department had.
Now we're talking about 2 different things, shuttling people versus doing the hay bale ride, right?
I'm talking about a hay bale show.
But, no, what I'm saying is, we're gonna have shuttles, if we're talking about, we're gonna have a hay bale, there's gonna be a lot of traffic, and is it gonna get jammed? There's gonna be, I wasn't here for, 4th of July last year, but if we've got 500 people in town, it's gonna be congested, so you know.
The morning went fine as far as traffic, because we just blocked the road off. For the parade, the road's blocked. You can't get in or out. You're stuck.
Well, look, okay, let's figure we're gonna have 2 or 3 shuttles, and then, what are we gonna do?
3, I say 3.
3 shuttles?
Three shuttles.
Because you got a lot of people that cannot walk a long distance.
Didn't you mention when we met after you one time that maybe some of the churches could help us with their small buses?
Most of the churches have those small buses, and they do that, they did it at the Dillard Barbecue Festival, because they had off-site parking. So they just shuttle people back and forth.
That'd be ideal and safe too, you know?
Yeah. And they had a tip jar up there, people made donations to the church for the ride.
Do you know what churches it was? Tony?
Little United Methodist was one. I don't know if Head Tennessee had one or not.
We can look into it.
Yeah.
The traffic control, is that gonna be a problem?
Police will have to, they'll be involved.
Put together a program. Porta potties, how many?
Well, you got the bathrooms at the pavilion, you got the bathrooms
We
over here,
rented 2
2 for here,
for the 4th, and we had them strategically put out here.
yeah.
I don't know how, I'm sure they were used, but they weren't used as much as I thought they would be.
We're gonna need bathrooms here at the vendor area, anywhere else?
3 porta potties, 4? What do you think?
I would guess 4, I mean,
Where are we putting them all? Here, 4 here, and you got 2 at this pavilion and 2 at that pavilion, so.
Because
is
the
that
club's
enough?
not gonna let people go in there, nor should they. I don't know if the chapel wants people using their bathrooms.
No.
Well, they're not gonna hike up that road.
And we've got 2 up at the pickleball courts.
Right,
I'm just gonna say 4 for now.
and then we'll decide where we're gonna put them,
Yeah.
okay?
Children's events.
Get them early.
yeah,
There's a shortage of porta potties.
you're right.
Really?
You're right.
What do you think that says about us?
We drink a lot, and go to the bathroom.
Oh, the bear shadow up there, we had close to 2,000 people, 6 porta potties, because that's all they could get.
Oh my, 6,000 people,
No, 2,000.
2,000
6
people.
porta potties.
And 6 porta.
I bet that didn't work well.
It was a line, and it was amazing how close people's legs could get together by the time they get to the front door.
4 years ago.
Don't put that in the notes.
It's just being recorded.
But there is a porta potty shortage, so.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Good at Dunkin'.
Okay, the next on the list is children's activities. Petting zoo, oh no, well, I'm getting to publicity.
Okay.
Children's events, petting zoo,
Well, if
Is there-
Cause for Life comes, they will bring all their
Well,
animals.
we're talking about
Yeah, the school.
the schools.
I thought we were talking about that for,
I was back for both of them.
oh, excuse me,
Both, yeah.
okay.
And the blue bus, you know.
Now, things that we've done in the past, that we've had people set up a little table and do face painting, or let the kids do pumpkin painting.
I've got that. Is there someone that can, for children, or children's events, I've got, the school, blue bus, now is that Raven County School?
No, the buses, yeah, Raven County School.
Raven Nicucci, or Raven
No,
County?
Raven County. And the blue bus is just independent.
It's got that, face painting, pumpkin race, or duck race.
I mean, we have plastic pumpkins.
Yeah, and we were talking about selling them.
How much plastic pumpkins? You mean like
Yeah,
rubber pumpkins?
I'm talking about like plastic, pumpkins like the plastic.
Floating?
Yes, they're available on the internet.
And so instead of doing ducks, we do pumpkins.
We had talked about that.
Have a pumpkin race?
Right in the water, or?
Hey, we got the queen here. She'll be so good at it.
Get her a pumpkin costume, she'd be ready to go.
Or in lieu of that, have a pumpkin painting contest.
Well, we were talking about selling them and let them paint them prior to the race.
The pumpkins are the ones
That's not
that,
much pumpkin, you
Yeah,
know.
pumpkin race, oh my goodness.
I think Ken's been smoking something.
You know, Franklin
We had
does
talked
something.
about that at previous meetings.
yes, we have.
I've been.
Let's make a, executive decision. Are we gonna have a race or just maybe a painting contest?
I think the
That
race
maybe they
is,
could-
I think the race would be too much.
Yeah, and let me throw this in there.
Smashing.
Franklin does something, of course, they got a big hill,
How
but
about
they have
pumpkin
pumpkin
shooting?
race.
Have you ever seen
And
that?
pumpkin roll.
They have
Oh, the pumpkin
catapults.
roll. Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I don't know if I
Oh,
ever
that
did,
would
we
be
were
so
talking about that the other night.
Pumpkin chucking.
Pumpkin jumping.
Pumpkin
That's
jumping.
pretty, kids lined up forever to do that.
So if we do the pumpkin painting, Ken was saying maybe get them down here a week before or something like that, and everybody that wants to be in the contest, get them a pumpkin, and then we'll have another first, second, third. Thoughts?
It doesn't work to do it too far in advance.
Yeah.
No one's gonna wanna, oh yeah.
So that day, so we'll get how many pumpkins? If we're gonna go that route.
Talking about the little pumpkins from the paint?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Jason will check it out.
Yeah.
By how many?
Forget the plastic pumpkins, we're talking
How
about the
many
real stuff.
pumpkins and paint? How many pumpkins do you think we need? 30?
Oh,
20?
but way more than
Oh,
that.
more than that?
Oh, yeah, where they get to come and get a pumpkin
Let
and
me
they
tell you-
take it home, yeah.
So many of these festivals and stuff like that is just hardcore craft shows. And if you can make a family day for the whole family and bring the kids, I think it's a plus for us as a community and a plus for the families.
Yeah,
Can we not devise a little slingshot and have pumpkin chunking, and whoever chunks it the furthest? I think that would be so much
I'm
fun.
talking about somebody smoking something.
Who's gonna be able to
Slingshot pumpkins,
We
right?
have that spray paint.
There'll be a war out there.
Spray paint
We
on
could
the
have people
ski.
catching them.
No, spray paint the ski.
what we'll
slope.
do is, you know, the old trebuchets that, where they would, the rocks at the castles, that's what we'll do, we'll have trebuchets.
Pumpkin coming in hot.
It's a
Okay,
great idea.
say 50, say we get
Spray
50,
paint
Jason.
the ski slope, and you just have, you know, this is a
The
You're
kids
talking about
get,
pumpkins are,
the pumpkins are about like, you know, they call them cooking pumpkins, they're about like
8
that.
inches.
you're talking about real pumpkins?
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
real.
okay, well, I
4 or
was
5
like
pounds.
plastic.
No,
No.
What if Osage, if we contact them early, give us a deal?
who?
Osage.
I thought you said Jose.
Well, Osage will bring it
Same
back up.
thing.
All right, Osage, we could.
What's Husby gonna do?
Huh?
Hay rides, are we gonna do hay rides or is it gonna be too congested?
Hay rides to the,
Waterfall.
waterfall.
And tour the pumpkin, our big pumpkins.
Hay bale.
The hay bale.
Hay bale.
Hay bale trail.
Pumpkin.
Yeah,
Hay
big
bale.
pumpkin, that's it, too.
The hay bale trail ride. And I think we should. I mean, if we got all those out there, why not? We gonna charge for this or what?
That's gonna be tough to track, isn't it?
Well, you gotta have somebody on the wagon saying, give me $1. But
I guess that.
I don't know. Or maybe that's just free. Are
Anybody
we
with
charging for
thoughts
the
on-
pumpkin painting? Because we have to do paint and pumpkins. And then we have to have volunteers out there doing all that with them. Lou's gonna be out there
Okay, so
chunking them.
hay ride is in,
I would like this.
hay ride is in.
I would think
And
so.
who's gonna, who do
And
we
that'll have to
usually
be like a pit stop where our shuttles will have to pick up people too and take them to the hay wagon, right?
Yeah, if we've got room, that might be a good thing for them to start out down by the club, and they see what the activity going on there, and then do the whole thing.
And then do the
And that
whole,
just gives exposure, what I'm saying.
yeah, we want them to see the whole gamut, right?
Are they gonna ride on the golf, roads?
It's wagon.
Huh?
The wagon.
No.
No.
Would you say?
Cause they'll have golfers that day too.
They'll have golfers out
They
there?
always do,
Oh, yeah.
they always do.
I
That's
just
big
assumed-
Saturday, yeah.
Okay, so a hay ride, how do we make that happen?
We have somebody with a tractor and a.
No, but I mean, is there someone that can orchestrate that?
I think Tony could.
The city didn't provide that in the past?
Did we have a tractor that we? oh, yeah.
Can the Kubota pull a trailer?
Would Steve Mason not be able to do it?
No.
I know a guy who has a tractor, he was always in the Christmas parade in Clayton.
See, I knew Tony could do it.
Stored John Deere.
Would you look, check into that, Tony? Put that on your list, Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tony. Aren't you glad you came?
Okay, so now we've got,
All right, what other kids? We got the
School,
pumpkin
we got-
chunking, we got the.
we got the
hay bale,
petting zoo,
Petting
blue
zoo,
bus,
blue bus,
pumpkin painting, 50,
and the hay bale trail.
hay bale. I think that's good, isn't
And
it?
Paul for life.
Oh, yeah, pause for life.
Why?
And pause for life pictures,
And
yeah.
are we gonna do the dog parade? We are.
Yes, okay,
Yes,
I've
We
got
yes.
it.
gotta
dog
do that,
parade.
that's cool.
Scratch cornhole,
The what?
scratch cornhole contest.
For,
They do that in the park sometimes. I mean, that's just taking up somebody's time to watch it.
yeah.
Okay, Rucker Family Amusement LLC. Somebody had mentioned
I
that in
don't
the
know
last
what that
meeting.
is. I don't know.
Did you mention
No.
that? I've never heard that.
Scratch?
Well, I mean, you can find out what it is maybe when you talk to Linda, if they're even, what they do and if they're still around, I don't know.
Okay, next on the list is publicity.
You know, it'd be cool if we had a Ferris wheel. Wouldn't that be cool if we could have a Ferris wheel?
What?
Well, it would.
Just be quiet.
Liability.
Let's talk about publicity. We have not talked about
Sorry.
shirts, t-shirts,
Oh, yeah.
and design contests, which I
Well-
wanna really push that.
What I've got for publicity is A, t-shirts, bumper stickers, B, Clayton Tribune, C, Facebook, D, Chamber of Commerce or Forward Raven, website, either the city or city website, Laurel Monthly Magazine, contact the radio station. Is it Sky
Well, see,
101
now
or something?
Forward Raven Bruce will do TV, radio, and print materials. And they'll get that all out for nothing. That won't cost us anything, if we get it to them in a
Okay.
reasonably ahead of time. They will put it all out. Now, the newspaper charges us for that, doesn't it, Jason?
Well, they'll do a generic community calendar type
Okay.
thing.
But not a big advertising.
That's kind of in the back.
Yeah.
Well, you have, and I know, things out my mind, Rusty Bike, but I've seen it in other places, they have the TV monitors, constant advertising.
There's a lady that here in Sky Valley who owns that company.
You know, I mean, that puts it out from a lot of extra people too.
Sure does.
$800 a month.
Well, maybe not that much.
How about per, is it a month?
Yeah.
What's it, one event?
Yeah.
And then I don't know.
They don't do it.
Well, you know what, one year we had posters made for windows, for all the windows in Clayton and stuff, and people would let us put the posters in the windows, so I don't know if y'all wanna do that.
Okay, I'll,
We should do that.
I think so.
I think so.
Once we get a design for the t-shirt, yeah. Are we selling these t-shirts? Is that what we're
Absolutely.
doing? Okay,
I'll do the Clayton Tribune. I don't do Facebook.
the city will take care of it. We have a city Facebook page.
And send it to me and I'll put it on.
And he's got a Facebook page too, neighborhood, Sky Valley neighborhood.
Are we gonna make up,
We only got 2,200 members.
so Ken, you're gonna do the Facebook thing?
Yeah,
You're gonna
yeah,
advertise?
Yeah.
yeah, he can do it, and we'll do Facebook, yeah.
I was trying to do some postings today, I don't have that flyer she had. but
Well, do we have something somewhere that can, quick and dirty, Sky Fest, or Sky Valley Fall Fest, October 15th, blah, blah, blah. And then we'll post, you know, the same thing in the Tribune, Facebook, Chamber of Commerce, our website. We just have something that we could draft. Anybody got that kind of skill?
We had somebody that she just quit on us, but, anyway, we have the Visit Sky Valley website, the Sky Valley Facebook page, Visit Sky Valley Facebook page.
Well, what can I take to the Tribune, to the Chamber of Commerce, and who's gonna handle the website, promotion? Is the city? The city will do that.
Don't you think we ought to include in that and keep it constant on any advertisement?
Same look.
Same look, but also Fall Fest, Family Day, you know. There's a lot of people, what we're gonna do with the kids today, like go look at a craft show.
Yeah, if we could come up, if anybody in the city could come up with something uniform, so Clayton has the same look, Facebook, Chamber of Commerce, website, it's all,
All of
Laurel,
it has to
put
be
it in the
the
Laurel,
same,
it
you're right.
all looks the
We have to
same.
have unified branding, we did.
Mhm.
It's like Coca-Cola.
It's like Coca-Cola.
Now, how about the city marketing committee? Do we have anything, or anybody on the marketing committee that could put together just a small little advertisement that we can take to all these people?
You mean you mean the icon?
No, just
The logo,
something,
kind of look.
well, the logo that says Fall Fest, Family Day, Hay
Dale
Bale,
Valley.
yeah, classic car show.
If I design the logo, will you do the print?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, good, good. Now, t-shirts.
Well, that would be the logo.
Is it to,
Well,
Or not.
I think they have the opportunity to include the logo on there, but I think that you want the logo just to be it for the t-shirt?
So,
I thought we ought to have a design contest to get,
What we had on the Beer Fest shirt, and I saw it yesterday because my daughter-in-law had it on while she was walking around the house, so that's why I saw it. It was, the logo was on the chest, and on the back, it had Sky Valley Beer Fest, and what dates and all that, so you could have somebody design the back.
And
Or-
sponsors,
Huh?
and sponsors.
Or sponsors.
keep it simple.
And who are we sending this out to design?
well, anybody local that wants to design.
There's, I think Linda has a company in here.
That designed it?
Well, I think Linda designed either one or two of them.
She,
and then-
well, she
and then
chose
took it.
from, she chose from Civic. They
Okay.
had graphics, and
Okay.
she chose it and just had them pop it
But
up
if the
there.
city could put out a contest,
I think it would generate interest in the thing early on, saying, we're gonna have it this year. We're having a design contest for the t-shirts, and
how do we make that happen? T-shirts.
I will.
And the design?
Well, city ordered the t-shirts.
Long sleeve, short sleeve?
It's been long sleeve in the past.
It has. Because you're coming into the fall season.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Do we have anybody that does, in the city that does that for a living? Do we know?
T-shirts,
Or clothing like this, t-shirts or anything like that? I don't know.
We just use tropical rays.
Tropical ray?
On a lot of the things. we
Okay.
design.
Tropical rays, where are they?
Over there, War Woman, at Hunter Field Home,
what are they called?
tropical rays.
Tropical?
It's actually TRZ Designs, but it's, they do a lot, like the banners we just had put out, they did our banners for us, they, did the logos on the decals on the car, for all the vehicles.
Yeah.
She's in the chamber, she did our sunrise service banner.
Who did?
Yeah.
Do they do T-shirts?
It's Deanna, something, I can remember.
They can, they can do.
They do.
Is she Tropical Ray?
Mhm.
She's the Tropical Ray?
Because that's one thing I have is for signs, feather signs
Yeah.
that we have posted all over. That's another thing we're gonna have.
Well, I
to-
think feather signs would be great. Where would we put those? Just at the
Those are
entrance?
expensive.
Yeah, they are.
In 2017, Linda had entrance 2, food 1, tickets 1, shuttle 4, and then just 10 poles,
But those are,
total of 10
right,
flags.
those are the fall feather signs that we ordered,
Yeah.
that Linda and I, we got, yeah.
Okay, back up. For the T-shirt, who can make the T-shirt thing happen?
I will head that up. I don't know.
I'm glad you do.
Let's all do the big L for.
Now, the signs, I guess I'll get with Jason and Holly on the signs.
Okay. And we're doing the logo, we're getting the advertisement thing done, okay,
yes.
okay. That can be used in the newspaper or in the windows or wherever, okay.
Anyway,
And I can send it forward, Ray will do.
it'll be the look.
It will be.
Do we need tickets or anything like that?
Tickets for what?
Okay.
I don't know, do we have tickets before? Do we have tickets before?
I've
Okay.
only been to one.
You've only been to one?
Tickets.
Well, those are
scratch.
easy to get, I mean, you can get them at Walmart if you have to.
Insurance permits, city will get any insurance permits we need. And I say that because, there was a permit we had to have for something, I can't remember what it was, but any insurance certificates, I guess, we need, the city can provide.
Yeah, I'm sure your policy currently has, tent liability, and, I mean, we do it all the time, we have all kinds of things. It's typically included.
Yeah, we'll look to see what we need.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sure you're right.
they'll have it. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
they-
part of the
Give you a
general liability.
rider on them.
Yeah.
And for decorations, corn stalks, wheat straw, hay bale trail, that's something.
The city takes care of it.
Mapping, we're gonna work on that, right? Site locations, that's gonna be Jim and me.
Oh, you are the supervisor, vendor supervisors.
Well, we're the ones that are gonna
Yeah,
mark
yeah.
and do the layouts.
Yeah.
Shuttles, free, restrooms, we already got that, right?
You said 4, didn't you? And we'll take Chief Ken's suggestion and book those early, since there is a
Yeah.
shortage. Isn't there a place in Franklin that does that? That's what I thought.
One place.
Gotta go.
Yeah. God, I love their Christmas decorations when they decorate their house. Yeah.
We tried to get some, gotta go at the 4th, and I don't have any sunrise out front.
So have we scheduled those already for the 2nd? We probably need to,
Not yet, no.
we probably need to, it's only 6 weeks away.
Are you anticipating more people for the fall fest than you want before, July?
I hope.
Man, if we had as many as we had last year, I'd be pleased for
You mean for
Fourth of
the-
July.
Yeah, it
That
was a
was-
lot.
We only had 2 for parties for 4th of
We did. But then these people are gonna be here all day.
Yeah,
Probably
that makes a big difference.
makes a difference, yeah.
July. We'll see what we get.
See what we get.
Dog water bowls and signs for that, we'll have them.
Ken, did you all ever do anything for the Fall Fest? Did you all have,
That was my first one. And I don't think we were invited for the year before. I know it canceled last year, but the year before, I don't think we
I
were.
didn't know if you did fire engine rides, or
We can.
do we want that for the kids, to have a fire engine up here that they can,
We always did in the past.
Or at least climb them.
No, we kind of skipped over that for the 4th of July or the 2nd of July.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
be available for that.
please,
Just-
please.
So we wanna put, fire truck ride,
Yeah.
Do you all shoot
That's
off the
Ken.
water and do all that stuff?
We can.
Ooh, I think that'd be cool. Onto the pumpkin chunkin'.
Yes.
We better start selling out.
Yeah.
And can the kids hit the siren, or will you guys do that, because that's always.
Tour
Yeah.
truck.
That's,
Sure.
the sky, the siren goes off if the pumpkin chunkin' comes close to killing somebody.
I've got a couple.
And of course, you have paramedics and everything here.
For the 4th, we'll have 2 firefighters and probably 4 medics.
Okay.
And for this, I'm seeing at least 1 firefighter and 2 medics for this, and we'll have our own.
Yeah.
We'll probably bring an ATV out, a small ATV, to be able to cover everything quickly, so.
dog water bowls, who typically takes care of that? City?
I didn't know we had dog water ball.
We've always
They take care of
had
the fire
positions
hose.
all over.
Oh, we did?
I'm pretty sure in the past we've had like dog watering stations.
Oh, we did.
I thought that was called the creek.
You got a hydrant on every corner.
It's something to think about, because I know, I remember seeing them, we had little signs that, with the dog bowl there. Or is it people's responsibility to bring their own for the dogs?
I don't know.
I think that's.
Is it a non-issue?
So,
Is it a non-issue? The dog water bowls?
I say, I'm not saying, because I know it.
What do you think? Don't
I'd say-
hurt my feelings, I'm just trying to check things
It
off.
won't be hot, and people who bring their dogs probably aren't gonna stay all day.
Are we talking 2nd of July, or are we talking Fall
We're
Fest?
talking
Oh,
fall
Okay,
fest.
Fall Fest,
that's-
okay.
That's a non-issue.
I think,
Done.
yeah.
Trash cans, monitoring and emptying.
They're all
I mean,
right.
but if it falls on the city, it'd just be Monday for that picked up.
But if one gets full, we're gonna have to throw it on the floor, you know they will.
Do we have trash?
You'll see cigarette butts right next to a butt station.
Do we have,
Bus stations?
no, trash cans?
Oh, well,
We could, I mean, our public works guys, I mean, we have to pay them if they wanna come up on the weekend, but, to work, but we could put some cans out, but I'm not putting cans out on Friday, pick them up on Monday.
that might not be good with bears.
Do you have cans?
Well, I mean, we could probably get some cans if we need to.
But it's gonna have to be cleaned up by the end of the day.
That may be better served with volunteers if it has.
Yeah, well, there's some volunteers to do
I'm just saying that.
Trash,
we-
supply-
we Already,
Supply trash cans or just clean them?
I'm in a meeting right now.
probably both. I mean, the city could probably.
that. Next time, let's throw it in the back truck, put a new bag
I
in.
mean, we've got a few spare cans, like the flaps that, we could get some
Kirby
big,
things?
some big bags. I'm just saying that if you're talking about cleanup,
Well-
it'd be probably better served by a volunteer, because, I mean, I don't. Yeah.
Let's see, that's something we can talk about.
I'd have to pay the
Because you
guys,
can't leave it out with the food and the bears.
I'd have to pay the guys to come in to do that.
I think in years past, they did.
Pay the guys.
Yeah, because I
I
can
think
remember
so.
coming around with
Already,
the
overtime.
jackets on and taking the bags out.
We made it happen, but I'm just saying, but then again, I mean, you know, we could ask them to come in.
Hunting season.
Yeah,
That
sees a lot of them,
That's a big.
they get scarce on weekends. I mean, we got to, we might get a couple, but yeah, we'll have to ask.
All right.
But something to,
But I do
Be
think it
mindful
needs
of.
to be cleaned up, you're right.
Yes.
in cans, so,
Because you
you think
certainly want that cleaned up.
we're good on cans?
But we can, how many cans do you think we need? We've got a few.
You're gonna need several out here.
We got two or three at the pavilion.
I'd say 6 or 8
Cans
out
all
here.
around the food vendors, yeah.
Yeah,
Can you rent?
What we pay to rent.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just,
we'll check on that,
I'll
we'll
just-
report on that next
I'm
meeting.
gonna put down
Okay.
10 big cans.
It's one of those things that could.
Do
I'm
we
just thinking
need,
volunteers will probably be able to serve.
We can find it, yeah.
Sundays.
do we need badges or anything like that?
We need what?
Badges or lanyards for people that are volunteers or anything? Okay.
Y'all still have your name tags, don't you, the magnetic name tags?
Well, the council does,
Yeah.
but
So
Yeah.
everybody-
They don't trust us to keep them.
We have to give them back every week.
Yeah, we have to give our croquet back.
Do you?
Okay.
I'm being serious.
well, I mean, even if you stick something on something.
Ken, just before everybody leaves,
No,
I've
I-
tried to cover everything that's in my head. Anything that you can think of that I have not?
Recycling, separating, having something designated for recycling items. Is that too?
That may be a tall order. It'd be kind of like herding cats and cluster unless we got the bins. I mean, we probably, if we needed 10 cans, we probably need 30. If you had to separate plastic,
Just
glass.
asking people to put plastic and glass or, you know what I mean, so
I'll
just
think on
showing
it.
that we're a forward community.
Let's think about that.
Okay.
Do we need to schedule our next meeting, Chairman?
I would like to do something in 3 weeks.
All right, 3 weeks from today is June the 1st. Oh, my gosh. I am free on June the
I
1st.
will probably invite Terry to this meeting.
Okay, that'd be
There's
good.
a lot of public
That'd be
works.
good. That'd be good.
Okay.
What time? 10
What?
o'clock on June 1st?
Yeah, 10th to 1st. Here.
And this is the work finalized,
Yeah,
the
talk
July
about-
2nd, then?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do that and then just keep moving things forward.
Okay.
You know, scratching some stuff off the list.
What date
Wednesday. No, what is today?
is it? Messing up my job
It is
every
Wednesday.
time.
It's Wednesday. I know, we're messing up his job on purpose.
And I'm going to get this letter over to you, Jason, and if you can put, well, I want to get it to Jim for this weekend. Just put the city logo on it. You know, Kathy can maybe just send it to you or Karen.
Like a Word doc.
Yeah, it's a Word doc,
Yeah, you can
that in the
do
back. I'll make changes and send it to you, and if you could just post the logo on it.
That's
That, or
easy.
I can email the logo,
We-
anyway.
Well,
Email the logo.
you need about 80 copies, don't you?
Yeah, if you want to, so we can add the logo, I was saying, but if anybody wants the city logo, I can also email it.
Yeah. And then the city will make the 80 copies? Okay, and then you're mailing them out, is that correct?
Well, Jim's gonna pass them out.
Well, some, I mean, I'm gonna do the vendors that I think.
Oh, good, okay, great. Great,
But we can email
But we
the
got
letters out to all the vendors,
Right,
and they can sign them and send them back with their checks, right?
yeah.
To me? No, to the city.
You know, I mean, after.
Make it out the first term. Well, I just figured it was gonna take 2 hours, that's good.
you got it. You got 13.
I got 13, and
I'm so
Verizon's got a
jealous.
deal right now. They gave me, for $100, I got a 13.
You bought it for $100?
Yeah. Verizon's got a deal right now.
Well, honey, please.
They're doing everything to keep their customers. All of those, secondary, providers
Uh-huh.
are undercutting their prices and using their facilities.
Oh, using their towers to do it, yeah. Golly, because those things are like $1,400 to buy one.
Yeah.
Because I looked at it. Eh.
Yeah, that's the one like Roberta has. She has the top of the line. I got the cheap. Good job. I was only 800.
Yeah,
They gave me 700
maybe
credit on
every
my
2
old
weeks,
one.
revisit it.
Oh,
This is
that really is a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Motion.
And the camera's supposed to.
Holly?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Motion to dismiss.
Motion to dismiss.
Same second camera.
Jim, second, Tony, all in favor?
Aye.
Heck, yeah, okay.
This one's good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and he's got to get out and go play golf, huh?
Sorry to get you. Bruce, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Jim, am I gonna see you in a little bit?
Yeah.
You don't, and you
Yeah,
don't
what
care
time is
about
it?
Warren? Yeah. She's got it in years, so call her and she